everybody. Welcome to another fun time baby stream. I am so heckin' excited to talk to you guys about fucking Starfinder 2E. I'm so excited. I've been wanting this book for like ever, and I finally have I get to share it all with you guys. Fortunately, heckin', I had an entire PowerPoint thing set up to go over everything today, but the fucking save corrupted, and now there's no more PowerPoint, so I'm gonna have to do this off the cuff. You're breaking up with me? And my PowerPoint fucking corrupted. Thanks, Microsoft Office, you shit ass fucking angry. I had a whole thing set up going over every ancestry and like those basics and stuff of them, every class and overviews of all of them. And heckin' Microsoft exploded it. And I couldn't find there was no like backup thing before. I couldn't roll back the save or nothing like that. Shit got corrupted. So we're gonna just, we're gonna fuck it, we'll do it live. That's just how it's gonna be. I don't want to thank you guys all out right now. I post my go on live posts. I have them shaved. Give me a shotgun. Send button. Oh no! Guess I can hit the sending thingy real quick. And thank you so much for the follow, Heathen Cantina. I like my Baldur's Gate game. Listen, Microsoft fucks all my shit up all the time. I had to go through 19 hacking loops to go and install Windows 11 without any of the fucking bloatware or connecting it to a Microsoft account. I had to go through some back-end shit because I keep patching everything to make it like go around. So I had to go garbage in the console. Annoying. Well, thank you, Trickle, for your follow. I such over on my gremlins, Bitflish probably. Yeah, no wonder. They got all them bugs in them. Piggy, it's Riku! There's bugs in them! I hit send, post, check, and I'll get right in there. Alright. So, as many of you guys, Starfinder 2E is built upon the core rule stuff of Pathfinder 2E. So if you've ever played Pathfinder 2E before, you're going to be in for a good time. It uses the same 3-action economy, the same attributes, same everything, and they are technically cross-compatible with each other. There is some issues with it involving just gameplay expectations from each system, very slightly. We'll talk about that more in depth later. Well, if you have the basic gist of Pathfinder 2E down, you can go ahead and jump right into Starfinder 2E and have a good time. There's 2 new skills and a bunch of new general feats to more fit Starfinder, but the basics is still there. And inside of the Starfinder player core, there are 6 classes. The 2 tech classes that everyone knows and loves could not return in the player core, mostly because of page space, because they both heavily rely on a lot of tech stuff. And if you've ever played Starfinder 1E, it was chock full of all the tech stuff starting off the bat, which was pretty great and awesome, except for it had 700 pages and was a certified doorstop. So I get why they wanted to scrunch it down more, because most people I know were too afraid to start Pathfinder 2nd edition when its original release, because the fucking rulebook was over 600 pages long, and that's intimidating to people who've never played games before. Is the pew-pew good? Oh boy, is the pew-pew good. But Fireball, thank you. Have a good stream. Also, thank you, Typone, for the follow. Oh, that Team Plus party accidentally winding up on a spaceship and fighting science fiction. I'm really excited for porting stuff over from Starfinder 2E into Pathfinder 2E. Exclusive because 1, new Mary is awesome. Think of that, Pat. And 2, I have a weird love for old D&D artwork from like the old ass editions, like the ones that Seer plays because he's crusty, that like have like the art of like the fighting man holding a really janky looking laser pistol he got from a crashed spaceship. I fuck with that hardcore. Oh, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, Nicoffin. Especially Barry Beaks. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Voice gets cut off sometimes? Weird. Let me see if I think one of my filters might be fucking. Filter. Hopefully it's better. My noise gate might have been fucky. I'll try it there. Thing is that they cross-compatible. Yes, I love they're cross-compatible. Hoverboard. The only thing I feel like you'd have issues with porting Starfinder stuff over to Pathfinder stuff is that, like, finding ammo for any weird space gun is probably going to be hard outside of anywhere in Numeria. And there's no real use for, like, computers or piloting inside of Pathfinder. But a lot of classes don't touch those unless you're, like, the tech classes, so it's okay. Although there is, like, one in, like, is it the Infiltrator subclass? It's subclass for the Operative. It's one of the, I think it's Infiltrator. It's the computer one. We can just ignore that one and go for the I'm gonna stab you one. That one's good. How about they watch your stream of pressure? Why would there be pressure? I'm adorable and everybody loves me. Yeah, GM Core's gonna have conversion advice, and also I'm pretty sure I saw that Paizo is gonna have a panel going on at Gen Con talking about advice for like moving stuff over and compatibility stuffs. Think of that, Pat. So keep your eyes open on that as well. And speaking of Gen Con, I don't know if I can legally talk. I think I can talk about it now. I'm gonna be doing a stream on Saturday during Gen Con. Well, I'm going to be interviewing Kitsune Warlock in chat right now, otherwise known as Dustin Knight, one of the big core developers of Starfinder 2E. Made stuff like the Mystic class and all that type of jazz. And there may or may not be fun time giveaways happening then to get fun time stuff. So, you know, keep your eyes open for that. And speaking of future streams and stuff like that, I'm going to be going over the basics of Starfinder 2E and this player core today, and then every single day afterwards, except for Sunday, I've got a stream Sunday night for my 5e Ultimate game, is going to be me going over each one of the new classes and a bit of an overview class guide type thingy, talking about each class, how it works, what it does, and what it doesn't do, and how to best make a character for that. And I'm going to make a character with you guys as well as we do it. I'm going to find a human fighter, Bob, and Starfinder to blast. That's fair, too. Fighters are never not good. They kill things good. That's all you need sometimes. And I do say, I really enjoy how Starfinder took all the classes from Starfinder 1E and made them cooler. Because, like, if you've ever played Starfinder 1E, Soldier was just fighter in space, Operative was just rogue in space, stuff like that. But they've kind of made them their own thing separate, and it was really fun, and I like it. Also, Operative is no longer OP and boring to fuck to play. Thank you, King of Note, for the follow. When in doubt, commit several bonking. No bonk, please. I'm very sensitive. Maybe I'll roll an Operative this time around. I mean, Operative is basically the space fighter, kind of. You have to use an action to aim, but there's other actions that you do as an action, like compression type thingy. And aiming gives you bonuses to kill and lets you ignore cover and stuff like that, which is very prevalent in Starfinder. It's just a guy with a sword. We have laser rifles. We can win. And just get sliced in half. Yeah, I saw from earlier stuff how they were focusing on giving all the classes very science fiction archetypes. Yes! Not even just that. I will say right now, a lot of the archetypes are also goofy. Like, what's it called? Like, one of the soldier subclasses is called Action Hero, and it's all about using fully automatic heavy machine guns like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando or Last Action Hero and stuff like that, and I love that. I mean, all that I love. Also, yeah, this game's goofy as fuck, by the way. I'm gonna say right now, this game is goofy as hell. But in a good way, like in a good goofy. Like, the feat names are goofy. Like the stuff you can do can be goofy, but like a cool way. I love it so much. Like there's like operative feats called like parkour, 360 no scope, kill steal, and stuff like that. It's just really fun. There's a cool spell that lets you call up your homie on his communicator thingy and play a specially crafted by the universe ringtone that's like his theme song that plays out for everyone to hear and makes him like gives him health and also makes him feel super pumped up and super cool about himself, so he gets buffs and stuff too. I can never get to play as a hiring manager. I mean, there's a lot of heckin' backgrounds in this book, like, geez. And much like Pathfinder, it's pretty much any job you can think of you'd have in Starfinder, from like, I sure am a delivery boy, to like, I'm a video gamer, I'm a live streamer, I'm stuck as tech support type stuff. There's a lot of fun stuff, I love it. And especially when you mix this and Galaxy Guide, which came out earlier this year, you have there's so many backgrounds to choose from, bro. So make a 500 module that automatically plays an MP3 assigned to target when you cast a voting ringtone. I might know people, actually. I'll see what I can do, because that sounds kind of fire. Hey, Arcady, yeah, we're doing great. We're just talking about what we're going to be going over today. Yeah, we're going to be going down the line of classes starting tomorrow. So Thursday's going to be Envoy, Friday Mystic, Saturday Soldier. No, Operative. O's before S. Operative on Saturday, Soldier on Monday, Solarian on Tuesday, and then finally Witch Warper on Wednesday, right before Gen Con on the Thursday. So it's going to be a lot of stuff we're going to be going over. But today is just to be a general overview of the entire book and what to expect. Also, my YouTube chat doc broke. Give me a second. I'm going to try to pull it back up. Come here. Also, I fixed my hacking activity feed so I can see what's happening now. There we go. Audio seems to be lagging a bit. Give me a second. Audio. Why is the sample rate so low? I think it broke. Oh, I hate OBS. I updated OBS. I think it fucked my audio sample rate. I can't change it until I restart stream. So I'm sorry, YouTube. You're gonna be weird. So Solarian be more before Soldier. Yes, I'm sorry. I tried to figure out the alphabet as I was going, and I was like, yeah, D is before A. I'm not smart, okay? Don't look at me. All right. I'm bad at things that don't involve tabletops, okay? And alphabet is part of that. Listen, okay, I'm a goblin. We don't read, okay? Goblins at no point read. We use songs and things. So, like, listen, I'm doing my best as is. Can you play a near modern game with Starfinder? You kind of. There's like some analog weaponry and stuff like that, but most of it's like hardcore sci-fi. You're shooting sonic booms, cold laser beams, stuff like that. A lot of it's focused on like the future types jazz. So it'll be a little hard. How have you been? A little hungry? I've been doing great. There's so much stuff that's been happening with Starfinder, and I'm so excited. We don't read. No wonder you became a tabletop YouTuber. Yeah, I have pop-up picture books for me. Like Blade Runner type stuff. Yeah, like Blade Runner-y, cyberpunk-y, Star Wars-y. It's a good mix of like sci-fi and it's like equal parts sci-fi and fantasy. It's like science fantasy. It's very fun. It's goober-y because you can do a lot. You can do like cool kick flips off of a hoverboard, then cast disintegrate on a man. It's just a good time. Oh, my back. Ow, I just cracked it weird. Ooh. I tried to post singularity home resetting. What's that mean? I'm a little dumb when it comes to big words. That's okay. This has a lot of small words in this book, so I can understand it. AI and FTL part of everyday life. Yes! Machine goddess taking over, it means. Ah, yeah, Ascension, the godhood. I see, I see. Well, I mean, there is the triumvirate. It's the three technology gods from Pathfinder ascended. Triune, that thingy, thank you. Ascended into becoming one singular being of all three AI science deity thingies. And then they're the ones who created fast and light travel and showed people how to do it. By going into a horrifying space dimension, kind of similar to, what's it called? Warhammer? There's a lot of words in there. It's a try something. There's three gods, and they all come together like into one like sci-fi AI god. And they're like, hey, you want to learn how to do fast light travel? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, hey, have you ever played Minecraft? And we're like, It's like, that's like the Nether, but space hell, and it's awful in there. And you're like, oh no. And you're like, yeah. And you're like, that's how you do it. That's the only way. That's the only way. And everyone's like, oh man. I sure hope there's no giant, weird, lamprey mouthed, freaky, giant long fingers, winged beast that can fly and then also phase through solid matter to get inside my starship and eat me from inside out while I'm trying to fly to go back to home to my family. And they're like, yeah, that's totally not a thing. That's a thing, and it's awful. It's so scary. It's not good in there. I once played a Starfinder 1E character that was she was a android operative who believed she had a wife. She went crazy from flying into the drift for so many years. Like, she's like hundreds of years old android who's flown through the drift so many times as a pilot that she went nuts. She has a weird wife in the drift. It's not hell. It's just like in what's it called? In Minecraft, you got to go through hell to make it faster. I think that's how it works. I don't remember the exact details of the drift because it's been a hot minute since I played 1E. Yeah, the Nether. Yeah. It works like the Nether, where if you move in the Nether, you move like one space is like 4 bricks. It's like that. You just kind of go like into this weird fucky dimension of space weirdness, and you're like, oh, this is great. Ah, the horrors. Ah, that's pretty. The horrors. Ah, I'm home. Yeah, that's basically it. I love it. Are there dragons? Yes, there's dragons. How Grimdark or Spark already a Starfinder? I'd say it's got that hope core in it. Fucky stuff's happening. Currently in lore, a new baby elder god awoken, exploded an entire planet, sending psychic shockwaves throughout everything, fucking a lot of stuff up. And there's also currently the super space fascists are currently at war with the turbo conquerors, so that's always fun. But there's hope, and we can always make it better through violence and friendship for everyone. It's like a good time. I love the baby, though. He's just called the newborn, the baby little Eldrich god thingy that exploded that whole planet. He lives in the planet. It's like kind of like an egg. The planet was its egg, and it hatched, and it's kind of like, it looks like a Little Shop of Horrors type tentacle giant mouth beast. Yeah, literally a bad versus evil warrior. Like, these guys are awful, but they're also fighting. Like, the turbo conquerors who conquer for the sake of conquering, and their god of conquering is like, man, this is awesome, let's conquer. And you got the super xenophobic space fascist humans that are like, man, we're gonna conquer everything because we're just the superior anything. And they just get into a war with each other. We're also there like with popcorn being like, let's just sit this out. Like, let's just let them fight. Ah, shit, they're fighting on my home now. I gotta do something. Ugh. It's literally the power of friendship and this gun I found, yeah. And that's how I want it. That's how I wouldn't have it any other way. Where is the thing? Oh yeah, there's my PDF thingy. I'm gonna swap over to my PDF screen real quick. Is all range damage in the same as PF2E? No, it's better. It's betterer. And there's a lot of ways to get more damage bonusy stuff on it stuff. Like, it doesn't have, like, the little, what's it called, like, the Sadia bonuses to your shoot gun damage, but the damage is pretty much good overall, as well as a lot of different varying damage types, and a lot of ways to get more damage, like through an operative's aiming stuffs, envoys get them, the soldier turning everything into an AoE, etc., etc. There's a lot of stuff you could do. Yeah, that's fair. I think they made it better because of that playtest feedback. Like, there's a lot of changes from the playtest. Biggest change that I've seen is a lot of stuff's had to be like taken out just due to page space requirements. Because so you can only have so many pages before it becomes too expensive to print a book, like a physical book. So like some skill feats, some subclasses, stuff like that for the envoy were taken out, stuff like that. But I have read from some of the developers that there's a good chance those things will come back in a future book. Or future books. Which gives me hope. For fantasy, that's fine, but for futuristic games, it's okay for range damage to be the default, unless you specifically build for melee. That's the thing! One of the expectations of Starfinder 2E is that there's more ranged prevalent stuff, and because ranged is more prevalent, cover is more important, and flying at level 1 is not a weird thing. It's a base thing for a lot of ancestries, a lot of things to fly at level 1. We've got our Barathus, which are giant space cephalopod-looking thingy. Cephalopod, the right word? They're like tentacles and look like a cuttlefish, kind of. A lot of weird stuff with them. And, there's a lot of weird stuff with them. They fly. You got dragonkin, which are giant, not giant, large-sized. Dragon humanoids. They got the wings, the fire breath, and big ass tails. They have the automatic wife psychicness. They also have a fly speed level 1. Same with the giant brains with tiny bodies. The contemplatives. There's a lot of stuff that fly level 1. So like range is more prevalent, flying is more prevalent, cover is more important. Things to know. Which is why it can be a little weird converting certain things to Pathfinder, just to Starfinder, and vice versa. Giant tails, you say, yeah, Smelly's tail. Yeah, let's move on to my little PDF thing I've got going on. Let's find the tab for it. The star of this book is, of course, as per usual, the same as every other tabletop game to ever exist. There's a really cool cover to draw people's eyes in, and then like 30 pages of like, how do you play a tabletop game, you know? What is role-playing game? Stuff like that. It's literally the same thing as everything on the tabletop ever, you know, roll dice, talk, stuff like that. It's like every single tabletop game, which I understand why they are there, but if we lived in a perfect world where everyone knew what a tabletop game was, we'd have more space for cool feats. Hey, Zaber. That's my one innate sadness in life. They had to use feat space for this. I gotta follow, Cloudy Kitsune. Also, I just cracked my jaw weird. Ow. Yeah, past the entire introduction section, that goes over basic gameplay rules like leveling up, religions, and stuff like that. Which I like a lot of the. I have a hate for some of the gods. Okay, real talk. So you know Shearan, right? I love Zan Shayen the most. Zan Shayen is a deity, the amalgam deity, the embrace. It's Zan, Kuthan, and Shayen, its brother and sister deities from Pathfinder 2e, have morphed, did a fusion dance, and have combined into one being after a horrible fight with a giant Eldrich deity thing that was trying to suck the like energy and life force from the newly hatched baby elder god thingy. They combined to fight it off and stuff like that. So the question is here: when do you think this is all available for public to play? July 31st is when Gen Con happens. So when the book drops, you can buy it there at Gen Con itself physically, or you can order it and pre-order it right now through Paizo's store on their website, as well as be able to find it digitally at demiplane.com. And if you're waiting for like a free type thingy, it might be a bit because Archives of Nethys is currently like behind on stuff, but Archives of Nethys will eventually have a Starfinder 2e one, I believe. Zan Shayen is just the goth god, yeah. I love it. Also, this be similar to Star Wars Tabletop they made a few years ago. No, this is more similar to Pathfinder 2e. Did a fusion ha type thingy, and I love the art of the Zan Shayen's like what's it called, divine symbol over here in the top left corner is the Zan Shayen, like the Zan Kuthan skull with the chains coming out of the eyes, but also coming out of the eyes is the feather from Shalen's brightly colored bird, and also a rainbow dangling from underneath the chains. I love it. They're the deity of like art through pain. They are like the emo poetry. This is not a phase mom type thing. They can make a lot of fucked up goth mommies with. One of the soldier characters I made, I'm going to be making when we get to the 4th day, which I believe is Tuesday. She is a dragonkin soldier with a pain glaive, which is the divine weapon of Zan Shayen, which is a chainsaw axe glaive thing. Kind of similar to the things you see Khornites using in Warhammer. And she's all sorts of fucked up. Yeah, no, it's like the artsy sibling. It's that one meme where there's a goth girl next to the rainbow haired colored sister. It's just that's them. But now they're a single person. I love them. But I hate how all the deity symbols are black and white. Like the feather and the rainbow should be rainbow colored. Why are they black and white? Ah! It's one of the things I don't like about this book. We're gonna go over to the android class. The android is why you not android class, excuse me, android ancestry. This is the first ancestry we're gonna be talking about. Now, the android, as you can see, they look sick as hell. They are pretty much robotic humanoid type jazz, what you come to expect. The same as the androids in Pathfinder 2e, if you've ever played them. They're mostly humanoid looking, like human looking, with like I don't know how to say it, but like they have like lights and stuff, like and stuff where they channel like nanites and stuff instead of veins that glow throughout their body. Else from space? Are they in Starfinder? Yes! But since they're cross-compatible with Pathfinder 2, we can just bring them over. Well, I see what looking now. Like in the 2000s computer case, like there's, what's it, the other... This goober motherfucker. They can range from dude-like to almost full robot for the most part. And oh hell yes, arm blade, yeah! There's a lot of prosthetic stuffs that are cool, like a lot of augmentations and stuff, both magical and technological and or both. There's a bit's hot swappable? Like what do you mean? Because like you can like swap out your augments stuff like that every time you go to like a doctor and stuff like that. It's easier to explain in the first session where they were explicitly Blade Runner alien style androids with some circuitry. That's fair, yeah. Like they can range from like, wow, that sure is a guy, but kind of has some stripes on him too. I think that's a robot, question mark. I'm not sure. It scares me. I love it. I think they mean can androids swap out what's between their legs. I mean, probably. I don't know if there's like an official augmentation for that, but I'm gonna make one. Can I take off one part and put on another part if I wanna? You'd have to go to like a Ripper Doc type situation, kind of like Cyberpunk, to go and have some stuff swapped out for you. But there is a heritage for the android and also the human for just having free augmentations stabbed into your body. Electrogok. Write that down. It's important. I need it. But these guys have a lot of feats. I will also say these guys in the playtest had a ancestry feature that made it so they had a -1 to all social stuffs like diplomacy, which got removed in the full release. People complained about it enough to make them remove it, I believe, which is fair, but I kind of liked it. But I hope they keep it for SROs. What bad guys would be the most OP in Starfinder? Ooh, that's a good question. Ah, I feel like the classes that already excel in Pathfinder would probably also excel in Starfinder. Definitely Fighter and Ranger, obviously. Because access to strong firearms that have cool traits, stuff like that are also automatic and have like, what's it called? And have like multiple shots per magazine. You're hitting for that stuff, kind of like the Operator does. But being able to like just spam it like with a Flurry Ranger would be really fun. And the Android has a lot of feats that are about either shoving cool augmentations in you. There's like an answer to for that. And there's also a lot of stuff for like interacting with your nanites, which is the stuff that runs through your body instead of blood. You can like supercharge them to give you like bonuses to your attack and do it to like make you heal a bit, stuff like that. Which makes them really cool, really strong, and also can be really durable. I think any anti-ranged class like Champion, when you start finding your characters have shields, you can. There are spacey shield stuffs, and cover is, as always, in Starfinder stuffs, very good. So, and I believe cover gives a circumstance bonus as well. I think. Is it still circumstance bonus? Yeah. So, like, shield and taking cover have a bit of overlap. And there is a general feat, which I really love, that lets you just immediately pull up cover next to you. As like a one-action ability, just make some temporary cover. But definitely anything that can help shield people from range attacks would be nice. Like, we talked about it on Monday, the Commander class has an entire feat they can take, makes it so they can just use, like throw their banner around to make it so enemies have a horrible time shooting at them or their friend next to them. So I think that would work good. Also, being a champion of Zan Shayen and walking up in like some cool exo space armor type shit with a pain glaive, I think that's intimidating enough. What's the remastered version? Is it Justice lets you stab people for hurting your friends? I feel like that would work. Like a Justice champion of Zan Shayen would be fire. Pounds of the Justice Oath. Yeah, I thought so. That's the one. Yeah, the Android has a lot of cool stuff. I really like their nanite form. Nanite form is there's something a little capstone feat, one of the two, which is a once per day. Fuck it, your body explodes into a huge swarm of nanites, and you work on like a swarm normally does. So you take up a giant space of area. You have weakness 5 to area and splash damage. You have a 2-action like AoE type attack thingy that makes everyone inside the area make reflex saving throws or just take 10d6 acid damage, which is pretty great. I just really like the thought of you being like, ah, shit, here we go again, and just exploding into nanites. Yeah, no, I love their nanite stuff. It's just really fun. We have Barath here. Barath are these glorpy motherfuckers. I love them. These guys are flying. Spells, give me the spells. We'll get there eventually. I've got a lot of hours. We're going down the line. Barath are cool. These guys are the floating... I think it's the word cephalopod. I love them. And they have a lot of feats that are about, you can create potions inside of their body automatically, like, ow! It's for free. Like, I think it's once per day. As well as stuff like, since Barathus as an ancestry and like as a species have a whole thing about amalgamating together into like one giant Eldrich horror creature thing. Space Bomber, my favorite, no. These guys mush themselves together. They think individuality is gross and that like it's for immature adolescents to want to be an individual, and that when they grow up they'll definitely come part of the amalgamate giant like huge sized clump that is like the Eldritch beasties that are Barathu elders. And these guys are really nice. These guys are pretty chill. And they can also fuse together with you as like a 70 level capstone feat, which lets them like become like glorp over you and become like some armor type stuff over you, and then you have the same area as they have and all that stuff like that. Hey, what go? Try the name of them rhyming those pink brain jellyfish from Mass Effect. Combine, here it is. They also, Barathu also evolve a lot. That's another thing I forgot to talk about. Barathu, since they are able to combine with each other and like slurp together so like that, they also can pick up the genetic things of other ancestries and let them take ancestry feats with other ancestries. Like humans, Lashunta, stuff like that. And I think that's a really cool thing too, because you should glorp over somebody and have to pick up a part of their DNA. And then now you can become a part of that person. Yeah, they just slurp together. I love it. And then combined is another once per day 2-action ability where you just merge your body with your homie. It has to be willing creatures, so you can't merge with an enemy and then throw them off a cliff, obviously. Thank you, Mira Empress, for the follow. And these guys are freaky and weird. These are the Glorp Gang, yes. Howdy, Harry Pops. Howdy. You can't do anything while you're inside their space. Casual homie. Yeah, just casual once per day homie merging. You like mash your speeds together to take whichever one's higher. You give them cover automatically because your body is slurping over them. It's just a bunch of weird stuff. I love them. Oh no, did my internet freak out? Ugh. Hello? Hello? I think the corn got me, but I'm back. That was weird. My internet dropped for like a second. But we're back, homies. All right. These guys, they're just so weird. I just love how they just evolve and glow up together. They can also, like, these guys, what's it called? Like, since they're like gas-filled balloons, you can expel the gas. You can literally like fucking do the whole haha funny fart meme, and then just fucking kill a man with it. I love them. They're weird. These guys are strange creatures. And they can be of like any type of kind of like fishy, goopy thingy. Like you can see up here, another type of like, they look weird. These guys are just generally weird. Type of fishy, floaty boys. And I love. They can also, they're also telepathic. Why now of all times is my internet being fucky? Ah, this is annoying. Yeah, they can also just retrain any of the ancestor feats whenever they feel like it. That's like a downtime activity. Just because that's how weird. Their anatomy is just weird. They group together, they take DNA from other people, they assimilate into their own. Individuality is a curse, become one of the many. Yeah, moving on to humans. These guys are almost the exact same as they are in Pathfinder 2e. These guys have like 0 changes to them. They have like 1 or 2 things like, what's it called? Like they have it's either a heritage or an ancestry feat that lets them get a free augmentation at level 1 like an android can. But for the most part, most of these feats are the exact same as their human and Pathfinder 2e counterparts. So I'm not going to focus too much on them. They're just pretty much the same. Kasatha, these guys are weird. These guys are your forearmed friends. They have a trait specifically called Forearmed, which gives them 4 arms. You have 2 different pairs of arms, which you can hold 2 two-handed things or like 4 one-handed things. However, you can only use 1 pair at a time. You need to use an action to swap which pair of hands you're using, but there is a feat later on that allows them to, as a free action, once per, I think, 10 minutes, swap their hand choice. It's just so you can't, like, I also think it's kind of a dumb rule, but at the same time, if they could dual wield 2, like, great swords and something like that, I get it. Like, if you grabbed a Flurry Ranger, put a Kasatha in there, have them dual wield 2, like, great picks, I get it. I get it. I get why this change exists. These guys are very much like warrior monk type deal. They're very much like, wow, we're really smart and can also kill you. Hey, what's going? Blocking nuclear bombs? Yeah, I mean, yeah, who doesn't? And they have a lot of fun stuff about, like, what's it called? Oh, too far. About, like, killing stuff. Yeah, it's once per day, all hands on deck, so you can just, until the beginning of your turn, your next turn, you can count 1 additional pair of hands as your active hands, so you can have both hands active at once, only then. Thank you, Naoki Macbeth, for the follow. I think they're weird. I don't like the way Kasatha look. They're not my favorite. But they also have like free spell type stuffs, as well as like they need to wear a mask in order to like not die for the most part, because Kasatha like flew into our star like system on these giant, I forgot what the name of them are called, but they're just these giant like space station type ships, kind of like the ships in Wall-E, where it's just meant to keep like them alive, and it's like, oh, this is like just like real life, and like what would be back done at their home planet type stuff. They don't need the masculine culture thing. I thought they did need it. That's fair. I must have misread it. Considering how John Carter was a huge influence in early D&D, makes sense Starfinder would basically have that as a core ancestry. Yeah. All right, let's go. Server to me. Yes, let's go. But yeah, no, they're just huge nerds. They have long ass heads. They're like humanoids with forearms, like weirdly long heads. Can I find another art of it? Like, yeah, look at that guy's head. Look at this man's dome. It goes up. Thank you so much, Astro Gold, for the raid. For anyone new here, I am Phoebe Bain, Master VTuber Extraordinaire, and we talk about tabletop games like this. Today we're talking about Starfinder 2E, getting a sneak peek and a little look at the new Starfinder 2nd Edition, which officially releases on July 31st at Gen Con. Yeah, they have long, goopy heads, forearms, that's it. That's the whole thing. And then we're going to move on to Lashuntas. Lashuntas are cool. I like Lashuntas. Lashuntas are telepathy. If you know Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy, is similar to them, but they have a lot more of stuff to do with pheromones and things like that. And their heritages, which are subraces for everyone who's not accustomed to Pathfinder 2E and Starfinder 2E terms, they used to be like I think it was like sexual dimorphism type stuff. Like dudes were like stronger and stockier, and ladies were like smarter and long and lankier. And these people are psychic, telepathic people. They can like get stuff that lets them have thought sense, and they have a lot of stuff that involves pheromones. What, like, kind of like if you ever played God, what game is it? Like Deus Ex Human Revolution, that one augment thing you can get that lets you alter conversations based on like pheromones and stuff that you can give out to make people like influence them that way. It works kind of like that. Like you can get spicy pheromones that make you really easy to intimidate people, or like sweet and nice pheromones that make people like, wow, this guy person's really good at talking to me, and they have like diplomacy type pheromones, stuff like that. They can also like extend their telepath range and stuff like that. But now I forgot about the sexual dimorphism thingy. But that got swapped to being just like you can choose whichever one you want. If you want to be a short and stocky like lady, or like a lanky smart dude, or there's even a new heritage which is neither. You just chose not to have anything and can just say fuck it, I don't care. I'm gonna have either none or like a mixture of the two different traits of them, of like the ancestry, and like go my own path and be more resistant to like, I think it's mind control stuff. One of those things. Went too far again. But yeah, they have a lot of big brain stuff. They can also learn psychic spell casting and other telepathic stuffs. I like them a lot. They're just really fun. And moving on to Patra. Look at these swaggy dudes. These are cat people. Not to be confused with Catfolk. These are different cat people. These people were, what's it called? Their planet was originally taken over by the Vesk, which are the lizard people we'll get to in just a second. The Vesk are pretty much Zorgons from Zathura if they were smarter and more capable of killing. They're lizard people that are like all about conquering planets because it's fun and cool. These guys are chill and nice. Yeah, the lizard Klingons. Or Zorgons. They eat meat, and we're meat. You like neck rubs? I would imagine they'd like neck rubs, probably. I do. Cats normally do. Yeah, these, look at this fucking, I just want to show the dapper catfolk. It's all, like the dapper boy. Mandalorians pretty much? Kinda, yeah. They conquer for their conquer god. It's a good cat. I love the pipe. I love the, like, this guy's definitely like a mayor or something, like a commander dude. They're goofy. These guys are really nice. They recently got independence from their Veskarium overlords for the most part. They won their independence through like fighting and stuff like that. The New Crusaders specifically. Yeah, kind of like that. I like a lot of their class feats. Not class feats. I keep saying that they're ancestry feats, but that's for Patras. I feel like that has a connotation you can't do anymore, you know? I don't think you want to do that to them. But they have like, what's it called? They have a lot of like harmonics, like stuff. Like you see harmonic sensitivity here. They have like a lot of sound-based things. It involves performance. Like there's one later on called like harmonic shielding, which makes them like get sonic resistance because they're so in tune with rhythm. And also they have stuff like melodic adaptation, which lets them feel the thrum of magic. And so if you are like trained in specific types of like skills like arcana, nature, occultism, and religion, you can detect magic of those types because you can feel the rhythm, and it's different for each magic school. I love that. It's not badass. They conquer the name of the conquer god, yeah, but they conquer mainly to honor their collective pantheon of battle saints. You can pray as a pantheon. Rah! Yeah, I love Patra. I love their weird, like, music-y type stuff because it feels different than just, what's it called? Than just the Catfolk or Pathfinder, which are just like, I'm an agile cat. These people are like, I'm a sophisticated, weird cat. Also, the art's not in this book, but there is an ancestry heritage for them called sand cat, which are small size. They are resistant to, like, they're from the desert. They're like those tiny, like the little tiny desert cats based off of those guys, and they're small size and they're adorable. And the art for them in the Pathfinder 2e, Starfinder 2e playtest was the best thing ever. Thank you for the follow, Echo Swan. I just really like the Patra a lot. And we're gonna move on to the Shearan. The Shearan are bugs. Look at these freaks. Now, the Shearan can be of a lot of different types of bug type stuffs. They aren't all just freaky looking. Some of them are more normal looking, but like a lot, I like the more freakier ones. They are more diverse now because in Starfinder 1e, a lot of the bugs from the Shearan came from like the swarm and stuff like that. And some of them are more like the more kill guy swarm, and some of them are more nice boy ones. Like the Shearan that were in Starfinder 1e are still there. They still exist. They're still nice. They still look the exact same as the other ones, but they're more varied now. Something like Barath, they want to do a lot of things. I remember talking to one of the devs, it was Jenny, on stream about how when it comes to like Barath and Shearan, they wanted the different types of Barath and Shearan to not look the exact same. Because a big problem with Barath and Starfinder 1e, they all look the exact same, but with different colors, and it was similar with Shearan. And so there's a lot more variety to the level of freaky bug and freaky balloon with tentacles that exists now, and I love that a lot. Oh shit, my food is here. I will be right back. Give me like 2 seconds. Sorry about that. I returned with burger. Hey, yeah, RNG's a Starfinder. Can you hold 4 legalistic plasma beam swords? You can hold them as a Kasatha, yes. But back to the Shearan. The Shearan are weird. They're bug dudes. And again, like the Lashunta, they have limited telepathy. Borgir Finder, thank you for that. There's a lot of that has telepathy in this game. Which it works a lot because there's like a bajillion different alien languages, so you know what it'd be. I like guy's armor. I love like the swarm and other janky bug type stuff. I love the look of this guy. He's so cool. Go up fine and A star. I thought the feet up top was called communism for a second. No. Oh yeah, no. These guys are really cool. Originally in Starfinder 1, they were pretty much all huge nerds. And let's keep Goblin Wifey, thank you. And they're still pretty much huge nerds. And they can eventually get a fly speed if I remember correctly. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff about like helping each other. There's a lot of stuff about aid. Like you saw communalism right there. You can give someone a fortune effect in some of their things once per day as a reaction. There's also stuff like learning experience and eager assistant later on. Like eager assistant's great. It's a 5th level feat that lets you just aid and get a free reaction every single turn exclusively to aid people. I like it, like guys, yeah. And have the 3 genders, male, female, and host, yeah. Hi, nerd. Hey, Afton. Like how this thing looks. I do too. I'd like a big part that I talked about Jenny again last year was having the aliens look alien. I talked about Dustin too. That like they wanted aliens to look like aliens. They didn't want them all just be like people with a mask on, you know? So while you might have like Android or Kasatha, which are like dudes but kind of weird, you also have stuff like these guys and the giant airbags full of tentacles, or Skitterman, which we're going to get to next, which are really weird. And especially so if you've watched my stuff about Galaxy Guide like earlier this year, it was around like March-ish. The giant starfish that can shape change into any ancestry through horrible body horror type glorping. The giant brain with dinkly, dainty hand stuff. Thank you for the biddies. And you're helping get brought over 1E that we're out in the core for 2E. I want SROs. SROs, for who doesn't know from Starfinder 1E, are sentient robotic organisms, or any robot that gains sentience. Generally, they're humanoid shaped, but they don't have to be. You could literally play the brave little toaster, and it'd be normal in canon, because you gain sentience as a robot. They have all the robotic, like, immunities that normal robots have, so no bleeding, no diseasing, no eating, no like breathing, anything like that. I love them a lot. Just really cool and roboty. And I just like playing as robots, you know. I want to be HK. I want to be a freaky murder robot, you know. And people will be like, "Wow, that guy's weird. I wish they knew what humanity existing like." And it's like, don't make a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's SRO. I swear to God. That would be totally canon, though. I know exactly that would be extremely canon, because in Starfinder there is an entire space station amusement park called Galarian Land, I believe. Is it Galarian Land or Galarian World? One of the two. Which is just a giant amusement park based on where Galarian used to be, because for anyone who doesn't know, Starfinder Galarian, the planet that is Pathfinder's main setting, doesn't exist anymore. It just disappeared. That's called the Gap. There's a whole big thing about it. But there's definitely animatronics in Galarian Land, and you could totally probably become a fucking Galarian World, Galarian Land animatronic of something. Freddy Fazbear has been deployed to the battlefield. I hate you so much. I'm making that a character if we ever get SRO. Did it got eaten by the dude that inside the planet? No! They don't know where he is either. It's called the Gap because there's a giant, like 1,000-year gap in everyone's memory. No one knows what's going on. No one knows what's happening. It just happened. And now there's no like Larian, there's nothing like that. There's Absalom Station, which is the center. It's a giant ass space station with the Starstone as its giant power source in the center of it. Hello, I was chatting with you on YouTube and I decided to move here. That's fair. What kind of burger did you get? I don't like red meat, so it's turkey burger. Oh, my eyes itchy, sorry. It's just like barbecue and stuff on it. I like barbecue sauce on burger. But yeah, I love Shearan. They're weird. I love that there's a lot of weird shit in this game. You know, it used to be way too small. Every time you see a map for it, you're like, that's not size enough. Chicken burger, chicken burger. I love chicken burger. But yeah, no, one of the ancestries, one of the Sheeran's heritages, I believe, was like you're an exile from a swarm, which are like kind of what these guys look like on the left here. I just like the fact that you could be a swarm type dude. And they have more in common with the swarm than other Shearan, as you can see by his fucked up eating face. Because the swarm is a giant like hive mind of alien bug people that like to consume. Like there's a lot of consumption, you know, kind of like Space Locust Supreme. Kind of like Carvers or the Necrolith. Is it Necrolith? The things from like Endless Space, Endless Legend. The Zerg also work. And it's just, I love the aliens look weird. And they also, as you can see, the swarm ones have a bio cannon on their arms, which is just a cool integrated fucking gun that shoots out glorp that hurts a lot. It's just like an acid blaster that they have just as a person. Yeah, the normal Shearan were like, because a god will free them, but these ones of the swarm were like, we decided to leave. We didn't like this whole thing. How? Dustin. So you got like Megman with them? Yeah. As you can see, they look kind of sick with it. But next up, we're gonna go with and look at the Skittermander. Where is it? Look at these freaks. I hate these guys so much. I love them. These guys are Skittermander. These guys love to help. And they have 6 arms. These are like a Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. We're weird. Because these guys have a weird stomach mouth. Like a weird tentacle stomach mouth thingy. Like a little lamprey in their tum-tum. And they look at, like, I don't want to be mean, but I don't want to trust my doctor wearing Crocs. I don't care if they're called Croctors or whatever. I don't want my doc and Croc. But the thing about Shearan, not Shearan, the thing about Skittermanders is that they are all about helping. No matter what. They love helping. It's because it reached the creature's devious in nature on my face. Yes, we're Stitch's cousins, obviously. Probably one of the close ones, like 6 to 5, like Ruben. But the thing I hate about them is that like they're goofy. But I love them also because they're goofy. Because these guys love to help. But their whole thing is help. Their culture is based on helping people. The Vesk tried to overtake their planet. All right? The Vesk tried to take over their planet because that's what Vesk do. And the Skittermanders just gave it to them. Are these arachnids? They have 8 limbs, that's true. That's it. I don't like the implication of that. I'm gonna say no. But you know, they helped. They just gave the planet to them, and Veskor was so confused. They're like, what? They're like, yeah, you can just have it. And they're like, what? And then so the Veskors kind of took over their planet, kind of. They just kind of chilled out. And the Skittermanders kept helping them. And they kept helping them. That's what they do. They love to help. Although they're not really good at fighting, so they're doing their best to help through not fighting. Although some try to fight. It's like they're doing their best. But they're super nice, super happy. But currently speaking, the Vesk haven't conquered in a long while for the most part up until now. And that's due in part to these goofy ass Skittermanders now make up like 80% of the Vesk bureaucracy and governance. Because the Vesk were so confused about the Skittermanders just giving up. What's this from? I don't know. I didn't make this playlist. This was made by another Starfinder fan, Urban Dragon, that was like, here's some Starfinder inspiration music. And I was like, hell yeah, put this in the background. Like, literally, it's like, man, we had this whole thing planned. You're just gonna give us your planet. You ruined it. But also, as they like stood around and like taking like setting up buildings, the Skittermanders were helping them and stuff like that, just set up buildings on their own planet, and they're like, this is kind of weird and nice. And then eventually, ow, that was almost max damage. And now, it actually got to the point where the Vesk were like, I've only had the Skittermanders for a day and a half. If anything happened to them, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself. And now they are so integrated in the Vesk, like into Vesk, what's it called, society, that the government probably could not run without the Skittermanders anymore. And now they're finally getting a good war against the space fascists. Like the Patra, like, did their whole independence thing, and now they're done. And now the Vesk are like, damn, we should conquer somebody. And the Skittermanders are like, kill the Nazis. They're like, oh, we should fight those Nazis. Like, yeah. It's like, good job, Skittermanders. You're goofy as shit. And Skittermanders have a lot of weird, helpful feats. I bet these guys make a mean chopped cheese. They'd make the best chopped cheese. You wouldn't know what the fuck they put in it. But you'd walk into a Skittermander bodega on the Veskarian planets, like any of the Vesk numbered planets. Because, by the way, the Vesk planets, they don't have any cool names for Vesk planets. There's like Vesk 3. Yeah, you can do a lot of aiding with them. They love stuff. They love hugs. They love helping, they love hugs, and they are immune to fear. Literally, not like physically in game, but like as a culture, they don't know what fear is. They're like dodos. But they have a predator called Stridermanders, but we don't talk about those because they're freaky. But they work like kind of like dodos or kiwis, where it's like, wow, they have no main predators. So there's like, yeah, yippee, helping! Which is how they got conquered in a day, but they gave it to them. But yeah, no, it's the quote of walking to a Pacific island and starting a town, and the sort of coconut crabs hand you nails and stuff. Yeah, and there's a lot of fun stuff about that. My favorite part of Skittermanders, there's an entire feat line about hugging. Starting with Hug Master, which just gives them like Titan Wrestler for free, and a +1 bonus to athletics checks to grapple, and fortitude to avoid being grappled. Which leads to stuff like, what's it called? Opportunistic Hug. Which is, if somebody critically fails to hit you, as a reaction, you can hug them. And the description of the feat is literally, you seize the opportunity to give your foe a big hug to help them feel better or calm down. And as a reaction, you automatically hit to athletics check to grapple the trigger creature who crit failed against you. And this works against gargantuan creatures, I believe. No, not gargantuan, it's still only up to large. Or you mean huge? It's just so funny to grapple the fucking big boys. The pacifist route. Yeah, I'm hugging you, and it's gonna make you calm down. You're like, no, please, they're gonna kill me. And you're like, hee hee, hug, hug. Like a Skittermander heal wrestler, yes! They also have things called, like, they're also very hyper and weird. So they have a feat called Hyper, which gives them more speed, like more movement speed. And they get a feat later called Zoomies, which is like once per day. You get the quicken condition for a couple of rounds that you can only use to like stride. They're size small. These are little babies, little tiny little boys, tiny little gremlins. These are tiny little sprinklers. You could punt this kid, even though he's 37 years old and has a doctorate. You could punt him. And they also have something like Boundless Energy, which they can do zoomies once per hour. There's a lot of stuff about being like hyperactive, annoying, friendly, good boys, and I love them. They're just nice. I love them. That's fire. Let's get around. Monk grapple hugs the Levesk attacks. Yeah, no, they're just super good. There's one feat that, like, what's it called? I don't know if it got moved from the. It didn't get. I don't think it got pulled over from the playtest, but in playtest they had an entire feat about them. Like one of the it's like a rarer feat, I believe, that was just like, hey, you realize you're being taken advantage of, and you're kind of pissed about it. But that's not in this game anymore, so like they don't know. They're just oblivious to being. They're being taken advantage of, even though really they're running the show. They just don't know it. 0 to 10, how scrunkly is a Skittermander? I'd say a good 9.5. I've yet to meet something that's 100% scrunkly, but this is a good fucking bit. I love these guys. They also have 6 arms, so they can hold 6 different pairs of items. I don't know what you're talking about. They also have that same feat that Kasatha have, lets them hold, like, be able to choose which pair of hands you're using and stuff like that once per 10 minutes as a free action, all that type of stuff. I love them. These guys are dumb. I'm never gonna make one because I don't hate myself, because I love them. And I'm on to the Vesk. And by that I mean, look at this motherfucking guy. This is a DC character. This is a DC character right here. This guy's gonna kill Superman. This is the Vesk. These guys are the Conquerors. These guys are the, like, 8-foot tall, muscular, fuck you up lizard people that will kill you. Doomsday, look at that. Yeah, no, he's gonna kill Superman. Also, I would. I'm just saying, I would. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, I would. I love the Vesk. Smash though, yeah, no, I mean, obviously. You gotta. Like, they're like, oh, fuck yeah. These guys, don't spray me. You said it too. I want to hear it. We got KK Rool in space. Yeah, no. That definitely fits. Because, like, while, like, DDD is, like, a true king now, and, like, he's a nice, awesome man, and everyone loves him, and, like, Bowser's, like, a family man who just wants someone to help him take care of his kids, King K. Rool has never not been like, hey, Champa, let's hit the second tower. He has not stopped hating. I have to work now. Talk to you later. Aw, man. Where's the twink race? You got puff scalies now. It is true. I should show this motherfucker to fucking Uis and see how he feels. I love these guys so much. These guys have a lot of things about killing things, if you couldn't tell. Like, one of their, like, first level feats is Brutal Anatomy. You get 2 different, you can get, like, one different unarmed attack, or you take it multiple times, get different ones. They're all 1d6 damage, they all do different damage types, and all different traits. But there's also a lot of stuff about bleeding shit. Like, they can smell blood like a shark. One of their 5th level feats is called Blood Sense. They can smell your blood. They also have a lot of intimidation stuff.
Like once per hour is a free action. If you frighten somebody with like demoralize or like other feats, you can just snarl at them and make it frighten 2 instead of frighten 1. You just increase the value by whatever it was by 1. They also have a lot of like they just make you bleed. They just smell your blood. They will intimidate you. They will just kill you. Buddha Shark, base name, like it. We're here for that. Thank you for the follow. But, you know, these guys are the I'm going to kill you guys. So if you want to play someone who will just kill you, play one of these, like an operative or like a soldier or a Solarian, and just kill man. One of my favorite answer sheets they have is called Eager Combat. It's a free action if they end up rolling athletics or intimidation for initiative. So if you like kick a door down or like terrify a man into trying to pull out his gun, you can immediately stride in a straight line towards one enemy as a free action on initiative because you're like, oh boy, here I go killing again. I love them. Literally, you cannot run, but you can run, but you cannot hide, for I smell your blood. These people make great Zan Shayen worshippers, dude. Swap the Plasma Doshko for a Pain Glaive, start cutting people open, making them bleed, and be like, your blood coagulates beautifully, boy. And you're like, ah. Oh, you're approaching me? It's that. And these guys are just gonna kill you. They're just so perfect. I love them. Want to see a rat? Y'all like rats, right? Look at this fucking rat. I love these guys. Look at this space rat. Space rat. These are the exact same as rat folk from Pathfinder 2e. They're called Isekoi or Isoki. I don't remember how to say it right. But which is their like official name, like from like that's their culture's name. They're not just called rat folk. That's their species name, I guess. Kind of like how Kolos got changed to shit like that. It's a live space rat. These guys have a lot of these same feats, kind of like humans do. Like they have in, Pathfinder 1e and 2e, fuck. But I love them. There's goofy rats. They have the cheek pouches, but they also have stuff about like tinkering a lot. One of my favorite feats involves cheek pouches. It's called Explosive Surprise, which lets them hide a bomb/grenade in their mouth. Thank you, Marilot, for the follow. Like their cheek pouches, they hide like grenades in there. Like you can hide a live grenade and like spit it out at somebody because you pull like the ring, like the little like pull the pin out with your tongue as you spit it at somebody. Everyone's like, "Oh fuck, grenade!" You just have concealed in your cheek pouches. I think it's goofy. I love it a lot. Feel you just got your PhD in being a space policeman, but you're still a small boy. Sir, the Isekoi has a pipe bomb. We all have pipe bombs. You can hydrate. I love the Isoki. This is one of my favorite answer feats from the playtest, which is called Grandmother's Favorite because there's a deity you can worship called Grandmother Rat, or I believe it's Lao Po is her other name. Hold the rat gently like hamburger, yeah. And if you like worship her and you're like really nice and stuff like that, you get like a free divine spell. Who cares? Additionally, once per month, whenever you fucking die, your body instead transforms into a swarm of rats that disperse. And then 1d6 days later, they gather up together and then reform into a Isoki. And you just return to life at max HP, nothing bad. How fucking funny is it that you just stab a rat to death and they explode into 100 small rats and they all just go to different corners of the room? You're like, what the fuck just happened, dude? I don't want to be here anymore, dude. I killed a man, he turned into rats. Yeah, I'm sure it was him. He was talking to me and he turned into rats and they all left. And I saw him outside when I was getting my mail. I saw him outside a week later while I was getting my mail and he taunted me. He flipped me off and then drove away. making this guy into a space pizza chef. They gotta put him onto like a Vesk's hat so you can teach him how to cook, so you can pull his scales. It's just a funny feat. Like imagine being that guy who has to kill a rat folk and they just poof into a cloud of different rats and start swarming away, and you're like, what the fuck? What? It's like a once per month. Yeah, you fucking your life. Who cares? Hey, last words, rat. It's a boy. I love you guys. Y'all are goobers. Well, those are all of the. I'm not done yet. There's more stuff to talk about the Isoki. I love them. They just have a lot of stuff about like running through people's feet or like being good at tinkering. I just love them. They're just really good at being tiny and little guys. I don't know how else to say this little guy. But those are all the base ancestries. As I said earlier, there's like 6 other ones in Galaxy Guide. So while there are only, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 base ancestries in Core Book. There's 6 waiting for you in Galaxy Guide, which you can also buy currently. It's not like you have to wait for like this book. Yeah, the New York Rats have achieved space flight. We can get 16 ancestries pretty much starting out, which is pretty great. But there are 2 versatile heritages that I really like. There's the Borai and the Prismeni. Both of which are weird in like a good way. I didn't really expect them. The Vivine Sauce Race, yes. I didn't really expect, when I first saw the playtest, I was like, this is kind of fire, actually. I kind of fuck with these. Thank you for the stretch. Back my back. So the rats got hands. Lots of tiny hands. They just touch into my face with them. I'm uncomfortable, boss. Think about that. But the Borai are pretty much what would happen if you died, but you said no and just kind of had your ghost walk back to your body and possess it again. Or like, your friends hired the cheapest person on Craigslist they could find to revive you, and it didn't go so well, but you're still there technically. So I died, but I lived. Exactly. Thank you so much for the follow, Spopoki? I think I said it right. Instead of being undead, you're unliving. I like the way of describing it like that. Writes down Yusoki who collects hands in a book. What? No! Don't! But yeah, these guys are weird. I love the look of them. Is it up here? They're pretty much just gray-skinned with, like, a lot of them have, like, black veins. You can see through their stuff. They're all fucking weird. Why feed you fish to fish? When there's a fishing command you could buy with, what's it called? Channel points, as well as whenever you get a tier 1 sub, it makes a fishing for you. It's just if you have wanted something to do, if you get bored of me, in order to like get you that serotonin, like some fucking like Subway Surfers in your life. But yeah, these guys are cool. These guys are dead. Not really, kind of. But yeah, you can see the black veins in this one. This fucking emo person. I like their look a lot. But yeah, these are basically what happens if you fuck up. Like a reviving ritual, or like you just didn't want to die. You said, fuck you, I don't want to die. I'm not dead yet. And they're like, wait, you can't just get there. You can't just, what do you mean? You can't just, oh shit, he's got back up. What do I do? His Danny Phantom ass just got back up. Yeah, they're like space zombies asterisk. They're not undead. Like, they don't have negative heal or anything like that, I don't believe. They're just weird. Yeah, you're a dead soul living, like, inside of a, like, body. It's weird. You just gotta walk back and put your pants on, like, put your body on, like you're putting pants on. People are like, oh, what the fuck? I love them. I love their designs. It's just like grayer tones of skin, black veins all through your body. Okay, I'm gonna fucking pull up. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the what is it? The Starfinder playtest one. Because why was that bow ride mommy? Like, I gotta find that one bow ride woman because I just can't. I gotta bring it back. I don't know if the art's in this book. I don't remember, but I know it's in the fucking playtest. Let me pull another tab. All right, give me a second to find it. Ancestries. Bow ride. Fucking mommy. Dude, like, what do you mean? What? Like, what? She might be dead. Kind of. She might be a little dead. She's a Lashunta. They're kind of hot. Ma'am, I'm just saying, you don't have to serve that much cunt. You're already dead. You can rest now, but I'm happy you're not. I'm glad I'm not alone on this, because sheesh, I love it. Yeah, there they are. They have a lot of cool feats. They a lot that involve, being fucking dead. They have a lot of lineages, and by a lot I mean like 3, that like determine how you like came back. Like one of them is just saying no. I believe it's headstrong, where you're like, I don't want to die. I'm too stubborn to die. I'm gonna get back in my body, and you just get a bonus to will saving throws against fear and effects that like would make you confused or controlled, or like against trying to like demoralize you because you're like, fuck you, I don't care. I'm already dead. You think I care? You think you're thirsty for space? I'm dead again. Yes, okay. I can do it. It's fine. It's legal. They're not dead. It's not necrophilia if they're technically somewhat alive. But yeah, they're just weird. They have a lot of stuff about being like, hey, you're really hard to kill. Or like, you get void resistance, stuff like that. I just really love them just for their look alone. The aesthetic-wise, their peak. But like, going in with the stubbornness, one of their answer feats is called Stubborn Corpse. Which is just, I don't care. I'm stubborn. And whenever you critically fail a saving throw against a mental effect, you get a failure instead and get a cool reaction, which is like once per day. And if you fail or critically fail any saving throw, you just say, no! And re-roll it again. You're like, I'm not taking that. I already stopped myself from dying once. I don't care. I'm doing it again. You can't stop me. And then no one stops them. I just love them. And then one of their capstone feats is just, hey, once per hour, if you have the dying condition or are about to make a recovery check, as a reaction, no, and get back up. Just say no. If someone tries to kill you and the ghost spirit, like, what are they called? Oh god, what are the Boneyard Boys called? I got the masks. That one looks like a crocodile doggo, and one looks like a weird bird. What is it called? Oh god. It's on the tip of my tongue. Psychopomps, thank you. That's like a psychopomp's like, we're gonna take your soul. And you're like, fuck you, flip them off and get back up at 1 HP. You just say no. You just act normal on your turn. You're just like, all right, guys, that was fun. Pulls the sword out of your own chest, gets back up, brushes yourself off. All right, it's my turn. I got this. Resma got really triggered with Path and Starfinder 2E. She got something like 6 new types of not really living kind of people. Yeah, but she has one that's like a state-sponsored one in the Blue Boys. What are they called? Why can't I think of what things are called? The blue guys? Like the blue man dudes? That are like state-sponsored undead. But they're not undead, they're like reincarnated. I'm bad at this. Samson Duskwalkers, thank you. There's like, weird. We do have 2 blue reincarnating people, don't we now? Imagine being a fake reincarnator with a cyberpunk-esque time contract. Yeah, kinda. I think it's really cool. I think actually, I thought the art for the Duskwalkers was just blue. And these motherfuckers are blue. Ashy my ass. My crusty skin is ashy. These motherfuckers are blue. I don't know, they're weird. But yeah. Those motherfuckers eating cobalt. Exactly. And now we have Prismeni. Prismeni are weird. Okay, so you know how like Boraz didn't want to die, right? You know how like Tiefling / Aasimar / Nephilim are from the different planes and stuff like that. What if you were part Drift? What if you were part of the plane that where hell happened? Well, not hell, where bad things happen to go in betwixt like the no zone and the real zone. The place in between. What if you were shiny? Not that guy. There he is. Yeah, what if you were rainbow colored and just glisten to the light? You have innate technology like type of stuff. You have a lot of teleportation stuff. You can never stay in one place at the same time because you're always needing to go because part of the drift is inside of you. I've always wondered what would happen if you like your drift drive and your starship broke and you just plugged in your Skittermander Prismeni friend into the hole. Yeah, they got hit by the gay beam, and now they're immune to bullets. I love them. Pride Month heritage, exactly. Like these guys are rainbowy, they're glowy, they're just touched by the drift in different ways. I love them. They can teleport up their speed for different things. They can just go through the drift or like shunt you into the drift type stuff. Like one of some little feats is that you punch a man and then throw him through the drift to teleport them somewhere else, which makes me think kind of like what's it called? You ever seen Misfits in Magic by Dimension 20, where Brennan Lee Mulligan's character just sends a child to hell to see his own funeral, and how everybody loved him, just watched him die, and then he's sent back to the real world? It's like that. You just do that to a man, but he's just 5 feet over there now, but he's horrified by what he's seen inside the drift. It's like that. You could be, yeah, no, here's your 2... Here's your 2 versatile heritages in Starfinder. Emo and gay. Make a choice. Flip that coin. You want to be both? Fuck you. Dude, I love this game so much. These guys are weird. They also have a fun feat, like lets them like because like they want to be in the drift kind of. You have Zan Shayen for both, though. You're right. Oh God, you're right. All right, wrap it up, folks. You can be edgy, gay, or edgy and gay. We've got all 3 character archetypes. We can go home now. I love one of their feats they can get is just revitalized by the drift, where if you just sit down in the drift for like 10 minutes, you get health back because you're just refueled by the energy of the fucking bug, like, universe cache that you are. I just love them. I've had this burger sitting in front of me for like an hour now. I just keep forgetting that I have the opportunity to eat and I just don't. I'm too excited talking about stuff. But yeah, no, that's like all of the ancestors' versatile heritages, and a little bit about all of them. They're all weird. They're all unique. They're all fun. They're exactly what you expect from a high science fantasy type shit. Hey, Omni Science Sphinx. We finished up with the ancestors' versatile heritage. I'm going to talk about some of the backgrounds real quick, and then I'm going to move on to the actual classes and stuff. Please, you need to go outside. I'm in low health. We're in the drift. You can't. Me sticking my head out of the fucking airlock like a dog through a car window. Thank you for the stretch. I'm gonna drink first. I'm thirsty. There we go. That burger? Fuck you, mine. I needed to show the backgrounds because immediately we have our favorite Skittermander. The main character herself. The unofficial, kind of official mascot of Starfinder. Everyone's favorite. Copy concierge. Fuck that guy. He wishes he was as cool as her. I think Paizo has like a bust of her made, right? Because I remember seeing it at PaizoCon. But everyone loves Prisma. Look at her. The most famous Skittermander of all. I love her design. She's groovy. She's like fucking pop star princess. Aesthetic is amazing. Headcanon, she's the drag queen of Captain Concierge. I'm writing that down. It's mine now. I'm stealing it. Also, I need to show you a picture. Fucking Barath taxi driver. I didn't think I needed to see a Glorpy Scorpo driving a fucking hover taxi, but I'm glad I have it in my life, because this looks like almost exactly like every other fucking taxi driver I've ever seen in New York. And Absalom Station is just, what if New York was a giant fucking space station? So it makes sense. Like, look at this fucker! I could definitely see so like, hey, I'm driving here! But like Pathfinder 2, every Starfinder background is basically what you'd imagine if you thought of any job you can think of inside of a science fantasy world. Finally, Uber Eats, yeah! You've got stuff like grifters. You've got stuff like detectives. Cooks, Cyberborn. I really like outlaw, scientist, tech support. You could be a professional video gamer, live streamer. Vid gamer is like an ad set. Not answering a background you can have. What page is it on? There it is. Like, look, vid gamer. Gaming is more than just a hobby for you. It's a way of life. You're a professional player, game designer, hobbyist, influencer. It's a gamer who's mastered every video game you can install. You're a fucking nerd. And I love that you're such a nerd through this. You gave the hologram skeptic skill feat, which is a skill feat that lets you, like, automatically, without you having to roll anything, whenever you're walking past any type of something that would be a holographic illusion, you just automatically roll to detect if it's not real or not, because you just have played so many video games, you're like, that's not real. Are you kidding me? That was from this level in this video game, I know. Are you fucking kidding me? I play Valorant professionally. I just got done doing Starfinder to the adventure battle for Nova Rush. It was fun. Hell yeah! I want to run real monsters again. Yeah, I can see the texture repeats. You can see him clicking into himself right now. You see his shoulder texture is not really properly with that big jacket he's wearing. It's Amtrower, honestly. And stuff like that. I really like that thematically. That ass does not have at least 18,000 polygons. Are you kidding me? That is flat as a board. But yeah, with this book and Galaxy Guide, you have like 50-something backgrounds you can go and grab at this point. Dude, imagine fucking being able to see through a holographic wall that's been put up in an alleyway because you're like, oh, it's like Dark Souls. Just walk through it. Everyone's like, what? What the hell is a Dark Souls? there's so much fun stuff you can do with the Vid Gamer and Holographic Skeptic skill feat combo. It's really fun. Also, the two attributes you can pick from are dexterity or intelligence. So you're either a huge nerd or you just have that fast twitch muscle action like your wrist from playing too much like Fortnite or Valorant or Apex Legends. You're like, oh, I can zoom on heads from anywhere. And so I just love it. Me, after playing 14 hours of a game and remembering forgetting I can't save and load IRL. Isoki vid gamer. Yeah, what if I was an Isoki professional vid gamer? But I was like on like a dragonkin's head in like a big hat he wears, actually controlling him through his scales, kind of like Ratatouille, and I'm actually the really good professional vid gamer, but I didn't make the team, but he did, so I had to control him. Wait, this means I can use the line taken down by a gamer from Infamous Second Son. Yeah! I just love it. It's like, yeah, you're a streamer. I want to tell my chat about this. The game Isoki vid gamer, Technomancer storing his R34 in the pouches. No, those are sticky. Don't put them in there. There's just so many fun backgrounds. A gambler, icon is like if you're like a pop star and or a famous influencer person. You're just like a famous person, like hacker, electrician, everything like that. There's just so many backgrounds to choose from. They pretty much cover every type of like job you can think, honestly, in like a science fantasy thing. And I think we're about time to move on to the classes and what they do, what they're about. Starting with the Envoy. And I'm only going to show one of these because they're really pretty, but I don't want to show all the art in this game. Thank you, Shan Wolf. Hi, thank you for stopping by. Every single class, the page before it has incredibly beautiful artwork of the iconic. That's just fire. Like, the art in this book slaps. Hello, yeah, no. If you haven't already read her iconic encounter, one of the iconic encounters that like because they put out little blog posts of like what all the iconics for every class is up to before this book came out. It was her going on like a Tinder date at a fancy restaurant with this cute like accountant girl that she met off of like, oh god, what was the website / app called? It was like Shaylin's Boudoir or whatever is the app she was trying to find dates on, and she was like with a cute little accountant girl at like a little kind of semi-fancy restaurant, and then her ex-girlfriend, who was a space pirate, shows up to start blasting the place. Yeah, it's all about trying to like, yeah, she's moved on from her dead Starfinder one girlfriend. Yeah, no, she's been trying to date and it's not been going well. As you can see, her newest date is crashed by her ex-girlfriend space pirate, and who's like really toxic, and they were like not having a good time. And she actually the reason they broke up is because she, as a Starfinder, accidentally stopped a heist, like a space like heist thingy she was doing. Like her space pirate girlfriend was up to, and like as they're shooting each other, after like having a shootout in the middle of this restaurant and like going for cover and going behind tables and stuff like that, they're like how was I supposed to know that you're the person who's piloting that ship that I had to take down and stuff like that? It's just so much. It's just so much goofy shit, and it's like Is this? And she's like, you still have my favorite like band T-shirt. Is this why you're shooting up the place? No, but it should. It's just toxic type like ex-girlfriend shit going on. I love it the most. Meanwhile, the accountant lady has like an artificial, like a fake arm that is revealed that has like a pistol inside of it. She starts shooting with her, and they have a whole big, cool, cute shootout scene, and they get like a second date at the end of it. It's really cute. That entire fucking encounter is iconic. Funnily enough, I love it the most. You should all read it. I should go find it and put the link in chat. Actually. Where is it? Because they're just goofy fun. Oh, that's all loading. We should talk about the Envoy. The Envoy is the new like skill monkey. It went from operative to Envoy when they moved from Starfinder first edition to second edition. And it's been changed quite a lot. The Envoy is a supportive class. Oh, I found it. Oh, fuck, where is it? I'm gonna put it in chat. Because it's peak. The Envoy non-fight things for old operators, so the skills. Yeah, pretty much. The Envoy is all about helping out your homies by showing them how it's done. They have these things called directives, which allow you to direct your homies. All of them are 1 to 2 action abilities. You get 1 starting out from baseline base class, and you get 1 from your subclass as well. For 1 action, you can do the basic benefit of it, and then for 2 actions, you can do something called lead by example. So, like the base one you get is called get 'em. For 1 action, you get to select a single enemy within 60 feet of you. So you can see you and all of your allies now get a +1 status bonus to attacks against that target until the beginning of your next turn. However, if you use 2 action get 'em, you can then lead by example, which lets you attack the target as part of the whole get 'em. You get a status bonus to all damage rolls equal to your charisma modifier, regardless of the strike hits. You and your allies get a +1 bonus to your damage rolls on subsequent strikes made against the enemy until the start of your next turn, which then increases by 1 every 5 levels. It's literally like the fucking kill that guy. I'll show you how it's done and shoot the man yourself. And I really like that. Like, there's a lot more directives you can get. It's kind of like a different type of commander, which we talked about on Monday. This one's more proactive in how it goes and does stuff. And their leadership styles are their subclasses, which each gives them a different directive as well as a specific skill that they're good at, and have different ways to use those skills better. Like, from the front is a killy athletics one. Leadership skills athletics. Leadership perk gives you trained in medium armor instead of just light armor, because Envoy itself is baseline is light armor down. And so if you want to be a more strength focused Envoy, you could take from the front, be trained in athletics, and then train in medium armor so you can dump some of that dex and put into your punches and your strongness. And they also get into position, which is, hey, 1 action, hey everybody, select 1 guy within 60 feet, let's all step as a reaction, or stride as a reaction, but you have to be close to the target. So anyone that's within the reach of your enemy can step away from it, or anyone who is farther away from it can stride as a reaction to get closer to them. However, if you use 2 actions, you can strike the target as part of the 2 action thingy, and then the target takes a -1 penalty on attacks made against other people that aren't you. So it's a way to get everyone to reposition better, and also you get to attack for free and make it so anybody has a harder time hurting it when it's not used. It's kind of like Guardian Light. It's a good tanky thing, so you can raise the shield while you do this, use some more AC, use that medium armor to tank some more, and just make people be like, hey, fuck you, everybody get close to him, also I'm gonna make sure he focuses on me. It's a great reposition and all stuff like that. The Envoy is all about that type of stuff. Now you might notice from the playtest, they no longer get size up as part of their main baseline class features. Size up in the playtest was moved to a first level class feat instead. Because I guess the developers thought they got too much at level 1, question mark? What size up was basically you're a huge nerd and you know a lot about people. And so you'd spend like a minute to 10 minutes to an hour observing somebody different ways. And you could like just observe somebody and be like, hey chat, dox this man for me. Yeah, I know, right, Bramble Bear? I'm kind of sad about that. And you get a bonus because it's a really fucking strong feat now. Like it's almost a must pick in my opinion, because when you like study that man's that you're like trying to look at and stuff like that, you get a +1 bonus to all charisma stuff, so like deception, diplomacy, intimidation, and also perception to find them. And on top of that, whenever you use the 1 action get them, you can automatically lead by example instead of doing a 2 action one. So it's a huge action compression on the most used directive you're gonna do, as well as like it just feels like a must pick at this point though. I don't know why they took it out of the class itself and made it into feature, like into a feat. Because like you're not gonna not take this. Being able to just 1 action get him and have the benefit of the 2 action one frees you up for so much other shit. Like you're gonna want that. And I'm just annoyed now. Because, like, bro, they also don't have as many subclasses anymore. Just because of page space, I understand that part. There's a lot of stuff that was taken out of the main playtest into the main book because of page space limitations, sadly. Like, a lot of the performance feats, like Dazzling Performance, didn't make it in. A lot of the Envoy subclasses also didn't make it in because there was one for literally every skill. And that's a lot of pages. Like the ones that exist now take up an entire page plus this half of this page, so I get why. But they have 5 other classes to put in it. But luckily, each one that is in the book currently has their own like directive you get from it, because originally in the playtest they didn't. But that's pretty much their whole shtick. They have a lot of stuff about getting new directives, whether they're class features as they level up or like class feats that you can take. Like stuff like Get In There, which is another one where until the beginning of your next turn, you and all of your homies within 100 feet you get a bonus to your speeds, which scales as you level up, which is always great. I love scaling abilities. They always make it feel like it's worth more than just you took it at 2nd level. Now it's like awesome I took it at 7th level and stuff like that. But also, if you lead by example, so you do a 2 action version of it, you can then step or stride as part of doing it, which lets everybody immediately step or stride half their speed as a reaction. So it's another mobility thing that anyone can take. So if you're not taking the athletics one, you can just take that one. So if you want to take like a medicine one, because the medicine focused one is really great. I think I'm going to talk about the medicine one because I like the medicine one a lot, actually. I'm just going to like have to zoom in more because I don't want to like show all of it. Yeah, there it is. They get medicine for free, and also battle medicine as a bonus feat. And they also get keep on keeping on 1 action version. You select a guy within 30 feet. Until the start of your next turn, they increase any next healing they receive by an amount equal to your charisma modifier plus half your level. So it scales as you get high level, which is always nice. As well as whenever you battle medicine somebody that is affected by your keep on keeping on, they only become immune for 10 minutes instead of 1 day. So it's automatic free baby medic dedication type stuff, which is always great. And I love it. There's some healer focused stuff in this class. There's like more commandery type focused stuff. It's just a good class altogether. It's a great supportive character that's not focused entirely on spells and stuff like that, which is always nice. I love more martial focused support classes like commander or guardian and stuff like that. I'll be doing a full deep dive on the Envoy tomorrow, like I said. But for now, I'm just going to talk about a couple of things about each class. That's pretty much what you get from like this class. It's great. There's a lot of support stuff. And it's supposed to be like a leader type. You command stuff. So you command your homies to do stuff, and they can then follow you and get a bonus to it if you decide to show them how it's done. I love stuff like that. Going on to my favorite class, the Mystic. Mystic is great. Mystic is a really fun caster class. The Mystic is your homie. We love our homie. They have what is called a vitality network. Basically, you're in tune to the universe and also your homies. And you have a pool of HP, similar to that of like a Paladin's Lay on Hands in D&D 5e, if you're familiar with that. You have a little Vitality Network. It is 6 plus 4 HP per level. It can get higher later on through when you like once you're master or legendary in your spell DC and stuff like that. It goes up to 6 and then 8. As well as other class feats later on can get you even more. If you leave it, one of the capstone feats gets you like 20 plus whatever per level. This class is also in my chat consuming Warlock, Dustin Knight. This is his baby. He made this, I believe. It's a great class. Love it the most. And as a one-action ability, Transfer Vitality, you can transfer up to 10 HP of your little Vitality Network to a homie you see that's inside of your like area range thingy of your homie bond. Because you have a huge bond with your homies, when you use a 10-minute activity, you can be like, hey, here's my bond with up to 10 other willing creatures. Has to be willing. And you'll always know how far they are from you. You always know where to go to get to them, what their HP total is, which could be annoying for GMs. But I think it's funny if they're unconscious, conscious dying, or dead. But it doesn't work across planes, but it works across like everything else. Yeah, 10 of your closest friends, your entire polycule in one bond. And you can go ahead and transfer Vitality to any of your bonded homies within 60 feet of you. Now, the best part is, this works regardless if you have positive or negative healing. You don't care. You heal from the heart. You heal from your soul. If they have void healing, it counts as a void trait. If you have vitality healing, it counts as vitality. And it increases by 10 HP every 5 levels. So 5, 10, 15, 20. It goes to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50. You just spam a giant chunk of HP to people as you level up. You can also use this pool of HP as a different resource, not just HP. You can use them for other types of features and stuff like that, like other feats. Like say you wanted to, if an enemy tries to attack your homie, why not just heal some of them right now? Whatever damage they're taking, +2, I believe you can heal them for a little bit. Like, so the initial cost is like all that damage they're taking, and then you can heal them a little bit from your vitality pool, so they don't die immediately, hopefully. Or like, yeah, use like 3 HP of your little HP pool to make an enemy have a debuff on them, or buff on your homie, stuff like that. Give your friend a bonus to their saving throws by giving up some of the HP in the pool. Of which I forgot to mention, at the start of each of your turns, you get more HP. So you don't just spend all of your like HP load right away and be done with it for an entire fight or whatever. It comes back every turn, and it comes back more as you scale in level and as you scale in your proficiency and your spell DCs and stuff like that. So you'll never not have this resource to do some cool stuff with it. You just might not have enough here or there, depending on how much you keep just pumping your friends with HP. I just really like them. They're also a full caster class. I forgot that they're a wisdom-based class. They're a full caster. They have a lot of fun subclasses that are involving the universe itself. Because you remember, you're in tune with the universe, you're in tune with your homies. One of them is my favorite one. It's rhythm. You're in tune with the literal rhythm of the universe. You can feel the song that moves everything, the stars, and like the gravity and stuff like that. You know everything. You can feel that in your heart, and you're like, hell yeah, that's me. I'm going to take that as a song and use that to fuel my cool bits. And it gives you, each subclass gives you a special skill. It also determines which spell casting, what's it called? Spell tradition you can cast from. So like rhythm is a primal spell casting one. You can choose between, because like, there's between primal and divine, I believe. There's like shadow and healing are divine, and rhythm and elemental are nature. Although I think Acacia gets a cult. I think it's like all of them but Arcane, because fuck Arcane. I think that's just the Witch Warpers thing. But each of your subclasses gives you a cantrip and then 1 spell per rank that isn't normally on your spell list. Kind of like how a cleric has their like ones, or like a wizard has their font. You also get Arcane isn't mystical. Arcane is not mystical. It's huge nerd shit. That's what Witch Warpers are about. The walking paradoxes, we'll get to them. But each one gives you special focus spells as well that are thematic to their subclasses. Like, I love the ones for rhythm. It's like anthem, remix, repeat, stuff like that. Shuffle. They're like thematic in name and also like what they do. I love them. One of my favorite spells that rhythm gets level 1 free is for free as like part of their into their spell list is called Motivating Ringtone. I talked about what it was earlier, but if you wasn't here earlier, Motivating Ringtone is my favorite spell in anything ever. Your friend's feeling down. He's kind of hurt. He's not really feeling it right now. What do? You call him up on his cell phone, on his communicator thingy. Call him up. And the universe creates a specially crafted ringtone song to play. Like, this is his song. This is how cool he is. That pumps him up, gives him some bonuses, gives him some like buffs, and gives him some health back. And then all of his homies that can hear the music coming out from him are like, damn, this guy's cool as shit. And they get hyped up and get a tiny bit of buffs too as well. They're just goofy and fun. I love musical themed things. I love music. I've been playing Warframe a lot recently because Starfinder is doing a Warframe collab crossover thingy soon in like October. And my favorite frame of all time, what I use the most, is Octavia and Octavia Prime, because I love making weird jams in the Manticore. It's just a good time all around. And they have a lot of feats that involve using your HP pool, or like boosting your, like, one of your things is bond boost, and if an ally is about to make like a 20 within 20 feet is about to make a saving throw, you just say no thank you, and they get a little +1 bonus to their triggering saving throw. And if it's a saving throw against like a void or vitality effect, they get a crit success instead of like a success. There's a lot of fun stuff. They have different types of bonds they can take, like Wild Bond or Eldrich Bond. Just they change up like how they do different things, gives them like epiphany spells and stuff like that. I just really like them a lot. One of my favorite ones, their feats, is Cloud Storage. Gives you just a free X-dimensional space to put stuff in. I just like because the name is goofy. I just love this game so much. I love this class so much. It's so fun. Yeah, no, you just get different, more extra spell. It's like a spellcaster, so like they don't have the most cool in-depth feats because a lot of their stuff comes from spells, but they have enough ones. The best ones I think are the ones that like you can use your different little little HP pool to do stuff with. Like one of my favorite feats is one that interacts with the heckin', what's it called? Interacts with the rhythm of subclass, which is called Convert Tempo. It's a 1 to 3 action ability feat one that you can do once per minute. Lets you just stride 1 to 3 times, and every stride gives you 10 HP into your little HP pool. It's just a fun class. Hey, be Starfinder, yeah! Hello, Lucina. I haven't played in years. Trinity Prime. Yeah, no, I haven't. I literally stopped playing for 6 years. I stopped playing in 2019. Saw Paizo's doing a Starfinder thing. And then immediately was like, alright, I guess I'm playing it again. I had to go through the entire new war quest line. There's so much shit I had to do. I'm still not anywhere caught up. I have so much to do. Speaking of the devil, my friend Podge, another Goblin VTuber, just got onto Warframe because she just started getting into the game. Moving on to the next class, though. So look at Operative. Operative is the I'm going to kill you class. This is the one you use to kill things with. This class, this whole thing is called AIM. So the rogue? Kind of. It's no longer just space rogue. It's like if Gunslinger and Rogue and other stuff got together into a fuck you die type class. Aim is a one action ability. If you're wielding a ranged weapon that doesn't have the area trait, you mark a target. And until the end of your next turn, all your ranged strikes against your mark using the required ranged weapon deal an additional 1d4 precision damage. And also reduce the circumstance bonus to AC that your mark gains from cover by 1, which is important because cover is a very big thing in Starfinder 2e. And as you level up, the number of dice you gain and also the number of cover you reduce also go up as you scale. There's a feat to make it from D4 to D6, I believe, but heck, who cares? There's so many other fun time feats. And then you also have a subclass for each like different type of like ways to get into stuff. There are 4, I believe, but 2 of them I'm going to talk about. Ghost lets you just get trained in it's all about deception type stuff. You're like the person who like infiltrates things. It's not like stealth for some reason. I never got that. Like why Assassin was like. It's all about like, it's like your Agent 47 type subclass. You get into places through stealth, you put like different cover disguises on, use some Spy Kids ass gadgets to get in someplace. You get a free deception skill feat. And you get exploits, which are different things you get later on as you level up. Like exploit for the first one is Ghost Tap. 1 action. Your last action surrounded with successful strike against a target you were hidden from or detected by. You make a deception check against the will DC. Make a distraction. I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm dumb. Against against the target of your last strike. On success, you're still hidden from them. Or undetected from them on a crit success. So even if you're hitting somebody from the hidden, you know, like how you normally get, like, they become off guard to you, something like that, you get to just stay that way. Like that, you ever see John Wick 2 when they're in that like little like platform thing, one person's above John Wick's on the bottom, they're shooting up at each other? Stuff like that. It's like that. You just covertly shoot people. No one knows what's happening around you. No one can see it. You're like, hell yeah. And that person you shot doesn't even fucking know. I love it the most. It's just fun. The one I want to talk about is Strikers. Strikers, I'm going to stab you. Well, everything for the operative focuses on ranged stuff and ranged attacks. Which, of course, by the way, I like the fact that, like, they dropped the fucking gun term. In the playtest, for doesn't know, they had specific wording for, like, this is a gun. This is what guns are. Instead of saying this is a ranged weapon that doesn't have this trait, it was just like, guns are things that are like this. And you're like, this is confusing. Just make it easier. They did it. It's like, you're trained in gun. Please just make it stat shooting. Although, like, I'm pretty sure the proficiencies still say gun. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure the proficiencies still say gun. You know, expert in simple and martial guns, trained in advanced guns. What the fuck is a gun? It doesn't tell you anymore, I believe. But, you know, they have a melee one called Striker, which is my favorite one because I like stabbing things. I feel like it's better than gun. Why use gun when you could stab man? It's less personal if you just shoot them. You know, Joker, blah, blah, blah. But the Striker's whole thing is just, hey, by the way, you can use one-handed stabos. Oh, it's all the way down there now? Why is it page 448? It used to be right in the description of operative. Oh god, the amount of page flipping. I didn't get to the glossary section when I first looked at this book. I didn't think I'd need it. Why? I still don't understand why gun is in the game as like a thing, because it's just, what is gun to you guys? Because to Starfinder, it's any ranged weapon with the analog or check trait. So it's just a ranged weapon. Question mark. That's confusing. I'm confusioned. It's that guy James. He made Superman. By the way, Superman's a great game, like great movie. You should watch it if you haven't yet. It's pretty great. It's poggers. We talk about it on stream, hell yeah. That means someone in my chat on YouTube just mentioned that means that starship guns work too, huh? Fuck yeah! Gun is gun. Yeah, the operative for Striker is just you stab stuff just as good. It just turns you to roguelike, I guess. That's like if it's a video game, I can't say. It's like you get expert proficiency in any one-handed, finesse, or agile weapons, I believe. Yeah, one-handed melee attacks and arm attacks with agile or finesse trait. Really? So they got rid of animate rope, but glad there's a rank 3 spell called lashing rope. Don't be horny. I know what you're gonna do. And yeah, it's just like, hey, whatever you aim, you can use your stabbo instead of a gun. That's basically their whole thing. The PF3s? No, I just don't want to scroll through everything because I want to show the entire book. That's disrespectful. I want y'all to buy the book. I'm just going to talk about it because it's on the entire page with the other subclasses. How they've changed. But they have reactive reactive step, which as a reaction whenever a creature within your reach leaves a square, you can kind of like step twice towards them. And their enhanced exploit is kind of crazy. Overwhelming Strike. As a free action, whenever your strike hits a creature you've designated as your mark and deals damage when you aim at somebody and stab them, you can just choose what type of condition to put on, kind of like a rogue's debilitating stuff, debilitations in Pathfinder 2e. You can choose between Enfeebled, 1, Off Guard, or Suppressed. We'll talk about what Suppressed does when it's a soldier, which is just 2 classes away. But it's a really amazing, it's a really good condition to put on somebody, and also one you don't want on yourself, because Jesus Christ. And you ever guess what a lot of the feats for the operative are about? The kill class. That's right, kids, kill them. Also, you get a speed bonus, kind of like a monk does at like level 11, you know, it's pretty nice. Also, I just want to talk, one last class here we're going to talk about. It's nuts. It's called Critical Aim at level 15. For first time each round, when you aim and successfully like make a ranged strike against somebody with like a gun, you just automatically apply your crit spec, even if you don't crit them. And if your striker goes for your stabs as well, so like you can just automatically apply critical specialization and stuff, even without criticling them, which is pretty fucking strong. So stuff like the sword group makes them want to make off guard, stuff like that. And they have a lot of goofy ass feats. Like I talked about earlier, like Kill Steal is one of my favorite feats ever. It's a level 2 reaction. Whenever an ally ends their turn after hitting a creature 2 or more times, or hitting a creature once, which will happen a lot if you play with a soldier. Soldier has a lot of ways to hit a creature 2 or more times in a turn, because the main class feature, which we'll talk about when we get down there. You can just, as a reaction, if you're wielding a gun or your stab with your striker, just shoot them and try to steal their kill. And it's so funny. That is called Kill Steal. It's like, yeah, I'm going to steal your kill. It's literally, you aim at the creature and then stab them or shoot them. It's the best. It's my favorite thing ever. But they have a lot of action compression stuff, like mobile aim is a one action thing to stride and then also aim, kind of like how there's a lot of action compression stuff with a gunslinger. There's a lot of ways to make aim easier to do. Not just take up your entire turn of just aiming as one action. Where is it? Where's my parkour? What level is it? I don't remember. Fuck. Oh yeah, it's 8. Parkour. It's a nice mobility feat. I just like the fact that it's called parkour. You just kind of like stride and long jump or high jump in any order, and you can just move around like vertical surfaces. You just kind of run up them like walls at full speed, kind of like Warframes do. And then that leads into 14th level feat, 360 no scope. Well, it lets you parkour and then aim and then make a range strike at any point in your movement, even midair. And that's just peak to me. I just really fuck with the whole concept of you being like 360 no scope and then just actually fucking doing that shit midair and just style on an enemy. I feel like if a player did that to me, I'd let them, the first time they ever do that, just let them get a free intimidation off on somebody because that's fucking hilarious. Like imagine, because it works perfectly if you're a vid gamer, like as a background and stuff like that. It's just, oh, it's so good. I love it.
Hey Phoebe. I've been seeing Warframe thing in Starfinder and I'm hyped, maybe coupled with having getting a 10 of Warframe ancestry. Well, the first thing that they're doing is going to be just a like pre-gen. It's a little adventure with pre-generated characters and doing some stuff. But Luis Loza did say that if it does well, they might be able to consider doing more Warframe stuff in the future if the book sells well. So it's up to you. One action teabag the corpse. Let's go. You know, operative is your class you pick if you want to kill a guy in like a really action compressed way. Because other class feature they have like gives them the Flurry Ranger's multiple attack penalty. It's not until way later, like 17th level, but against your aimed target, you just have like no map. Like it goes down to like 2 and 4. I mean, not 2. Yeah, 2 and 4. Like a like a Flurry Ranger, so you just keep shooting the fuck out of your target. It's perfect. It's great. It's aggro by the new edition. Yes, you do. Aggro by the new edition itself, as well as the Warframe thing they're making that's coming out in October. You know. But yeah, no, all the feats in here are pretty much how to kill somebody faster and easier. Action compression, ways to go and move and aim and shoot. Peek out from behind cover as a single action and then shoot some guy. It's a lot of stuff. Shoot a lot, but gooder. Take a while to shoot, but shoot hard. It just kill, shoot, like class. That's what you do. You kill and you shoot. Space Ninja, honestly, that's the best way to do it on base-wise. I'm going to scroll down to page, I believe 137 it is. I just want to look at the art real quick. Not the feats. Look at this fucking artwork in this book. Look at how hype it is. I don't even know what the fuck that creature is. But it's fucking hype and I want it. Just the operative iconic going at it alone against these giant fuck off bugs. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Buy the fuck out of this book because the artwork slaps. Like, unironically, it's Pikazoid. There's another artwork I want to show, actually. It's like a full page of art. I don't remember where it is. Yeah, it's a freaky Monstar. Like, I would buy this book alone for the fucking art. I'm just trying to figure out which page has the one art I'm looking trying to find. What do you mean there's a file error? What the heck here? I'm annoyed. Give me just a second. I'm being really annoying right now, but like, you need to see. You'll understand. Because I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what the heck the freaking Monstar on it is, but I want to be its friend. And or not die to it, hopefully. Because it's really cool. Where are you? I was talking with Dustin last night about how cool it was. I'm trying to remember what page it is now. I should have saved it. I forgot. Ah, fuck me, dude. I'll find it later. Moving on to the next class, we have the Solarian. The Solarian's just cool. The Solarian's just awesome in general. Do you guys like stars and finding them? What if you could like... What if you could like... have stars in you? Because the Solarian's whole thing is... You're a star child, and you have like solar and or graviton stuff.
your whole main thing is that you have an attunement to. Thank you for the tier 1 sub, Divine Dragonblade. Yo, Starfire, yeah, Starfire 2E. Paizo graciously gave me the book a little early so I can make content on it, so you guys can see it. And the Solarian is all about having starness in you, whether like you're a Kasatha like person who's like done their whole like cultural worship stuff like that, or you're just like, hey, I'm touched by the stars. You get something called Stellar Attunement, and so the attunement gives you 3 things. Solar Flare, which is a ranged weapon attack thingy that you can shoot at like Day, the iconic for the Solarian class. He shoots it out of his fingers like a finger gun. You can have it come out of your palm of your hand, your like a forehead beam, anything you can think of, like a chest laser thing, kind of Tony Stark-esque. It's just a little like physical manifestation of star energy, whether graviton or photon. Because the whole thing about Solarian is you swap between the two. They get all 3 manifestations now. Yes! In 2E, they're like, why pick? Fuck it. Have all 3. You're cool like that. And you can use 1 action to swap between either fiery, solar, like flare energy shit called photon, or graviton, which is the crushing gravity of stars, have that like crunchy smasho energy. And you swap between the 2. Each one gives you different versions of these abilities. Like Solar Flare is a ranged attack, but you could add your strength to its damage as if it was like a thrown weapon type deal. Graviton 1 does 1d8 bludgeoning damage, range of 15 feet. On a crit success, you trip the target as a free action, even if you don't have a free hand. Well, this is the Solarian, the Star Warrior, powered by a yellow sun, or a red sun, or what? Who cares? You're powered by a sun. Like Superman if he was a Jedi. Thank you so much for the Prime sub! And then Photon Attuned is 1d6 damage, so slightly less than Graviton, but twice the range, and on a crit, they take persistent fire damage. Next up, you have what is called a Solar Nimbus. Solar Nimbus is like a glowing shield or armor, whether it be glowing bright light from the sun or like dark void, crushing black holeness. It gives you a fun reaction. Oh, that's not friend too. A friend of mine was telling me how he didn't like 1E, and this is more like, post OGL change for Pathfinder. Yes, this is entirely cross-compatible with Pathfinder 2E. It works fully like the same way, through action system, same attributes, same everything like that from Pathfinder 2E. I love it personally. It's one of my favorites. I love it the most. Honestly, I'm the most hyped for this. I love it more than I love Pathfinder, which is funny because like I'm a Pathfinder goblin. That's my whole thing. Yeah, Nimbus Surge gives you a fun reaction anytime a creature within your reach uses a manipulate action or move action, range strike, or just square moving. So like a works kind of like reactive strike or attack opportunity if you're not using OGL stuff. Make a melee strike against the triggering creature. The strike doesn't count towards your multiple attack penalty at all. And the same thing as reactive strike. If you're Graviton attuned, if the strike is a crit success, the target must make a Fortitude saving throw or become enfeebled 1. If it's Photon attuned, make a Fortitude saving throw against your class AC or become clumsy 1. Or then Pathfinder traitor. Listen, I'm sorry. Have you seen Starfinder Phoebe? Starfinder Phoebe's hot. Give me a second, all right? You know how it is. Or is it Arcady Vanguard? Here. Star Fever. Like, are you telling me you wouldn't? Like, come on. Like, I'm perfect. I'm peak. All right? That outfit that fit the hexagons I'm just saying the aesthetic is there. I'm just saying. And then finally, speaking of melee attacks and stuff like that, we have very angular. I mean, yeah, it's space. Space is angled. We have our solar weapons. Solar weapon is, hey, make a weapon out of star energy. It can look like whatever you want it to do. I make a gooey space goblin and fine. Yeah, goblin still works from Pathfinder 2e and is cross compatible. Just with your graviton or photon stuff. Just with your graviton or photon stuff as well. You can choose whatever the fuck you want it to look like. It is a martial melee weapon no matter what though, and it'll always deal 1d8 damage of your choice of bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. And at first level, you can choose up to 2 of the following traits for your weapon. Which is like all of them. Disarm, freehand, grapple, non-lethal, parry, shove, sweep, trip, versatile. God damn it. OBS just broke. Maybe my stream key isn't right. I have so many questions. Oh, where is my stream key located? Sorry, everyone that's on YouTube and has to listen to this. Give me a second. God dang it, where did I put the stream key in? I don't remember. Oh god, where is it at? Settings, stream tab, blah, blah, blah. Check out. Yeah. Check it out. Oh, this is so annoying. I'm sorry, everybody. There's always some scuff when you're a VTuber. What is it called? Where is my thing for this? Blah, blah, blah. Put it there. Hopefully this fixed it. Hello? Twitch, can you hear me? Alright, cool. Yeah, and OBS just logged me out of my own Twitch. Like, I didn't know that was possible. It logged me out of my own fucking Twitch account. Mid-stream. Muted, I'm not muted. Like, I'm so annoyed. But anyways, as I was saying, as a Solarian, you get to pick whatever your weapon looks like, and no matter what, it is a one-handed melee weapon that's a martial weapon. 1d8 damage, bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. Additionally, you can just pick 2 of any of these traits right here to have your weapon have these stats and traits. Disarm, freehand, grapple, non-lethal, parry, shove, sweep, trip, and versatile. Or you can use 2 traits to get reach, or 2 traits to get two-handed D10. And you can select which group to put it into of any of the groups. Axe, brawling, club, flail, hammer, knife, pick, polearm, spear, or sword. You can it's just highly customizable. You can change what the hell you want it to look like and what its traits are like every 10 minutes. It is super amazing, super customizable. I played a space football player that had she was a graviton focused one, a gravity one. And her whole thing was she just had giant hands as her Solarian weapon to just crush people with. And whenever you successfully strike somebody, depending on which attunement you have, whether it be graviton or photon attuned, you can have them do a different effect. So graviton, if you successfully strike a creature, all spaces around the creature's space are difficult terrain for that creature until the end of its next turn. Or when you're photon attuned, you just deal additional damage. So graviton's more CC focused and photon is more kill focused. And like I said before, you can spend 10 minutes to just reforge your solar weapon and stuff like that. Yeah, no, OBS just decided to disconnect me from Twitch. It was weird. I'm annoyed. If you couldn't tell. If it doesn't do it again, I'll be mad. And I'm pretty sure YouTube and Twitter were fine. It was just Twitch being fucky. Yeah, no, as a Solarian, there are 3 subclasses. There is one for graviton focused, one that's photon focused, and then one that's neither. You choose not to pick a side. Civil War, no sides. You have it switch between graviton or photon for it to work? No. It's like Jedi with dark, light, neutral, kind of. You have a lot of abilities that do different things depending on which form you're in, photon or graviton. As a one-action ability, you can swap between photon or graviton. However, there are certain feats and abilities you can do, like feats that give you abilities that have, I think it's called the cycle trait, which automatically cycles you to the other one. So if you do a cool feat, like create a wormhole, and then cycle your stuff, it'll swap you between photon or graviton. The graviton one, as you can probably guess, is all about gravity. Gives you special abilities that you can do called like black hole and stuff like that. Just suck people around you, mess with their gravity, crush them, pull them towards you, make them like float around and get all fucked up. Then you have photon, which is all about explosive star energy, like solar flares and like just heat and meltiness, like a supernova and stuff like that. So Solarian slaps. It's my second favorite class, behind Mystic, obviously. And then the neutral one has other types of what's it called? Abilities that's neither like super gravity or super explosive.
Ababa.
Oh wait, no, I forgot. In they removed the subclasses from the playtest. I forgot. And they moved them to feats you can take. How's stuff going? It's going great. We're just talking about the classes and you saw that. My brain got the playtest and the release mixed up again. I'm sorry. It's a lot of information to take in. I just read like 400 pages in a day. You know, the subclasses are now feats. Yeah, so you can have Black Hole and Supernova if you wanted, stuff like that. I'm sorry I lied to you for like a minute. My brain is too full of knowledge. Although I do think it's kind of funny that they got rid of the subclasses. I kind of wish they stayed, but like you still swap between the two whenever you do cool cycle feats. That part's still the same. There are also certain feats called disharmony feats, or like feats with disharmony trait. Disharmony just knocks you out of attunement in general. You have no attunement, so you can't swap between the two. You need to use one action to reattune yourself. Kind of like how the kineticist has the type of feat that like abilities that can knock them out of their stuff, make them refocus their elements into them. I mean, she can never them out. Yeah, no, I'm bad at my job, and I had to read all the pages again right before, like not right before stream, like last night. I didn't sleep good last night, so I was like, I'm gonna read through everything again. And I was comparing it back and forth between the playtest and the real thing to see what's different. And my brain scrolled over the fact that there's no subclasses anymore. But a lot of Solarian's abilities are stuff like Black Hole, Supernova. There's stuff like, what's it called? Like you can teleport a lot, and depending on what stance you're doing, you teleport, either it increases the range it does or does more damage to stuff that's around you when you explode out of a teleportation. There's one that lets you create wormholes, like that work like portals from like Portal, like the game Portal. Moving between the two. My favorite part of the portal feat is the fact that the graviton focused one, if you start the portal next to you and then end your portal next to an enemy, you could forcibly suck the enemy through the portal and make them come at the other portal end without like them having a choice. And then beat the shit out of them. I love it. It's a lot of fun stuff. It's very much star focused, like solar barrages, big bang attacks. It's what you'd imagine out of a more offensive focused, like mobility, melee, like star class, and I love it. Like the teleporting one is my favorite one, Flicker Strike. Make a strike, if you stab a guy, you can teleport up your speed to an unoccupied square within reach of a different creature and then stab that guy. And like I said, graviton focused, UW range. Photon, you do more damage and dazzle them. Honestly surprised there isn't a spell named Big Bang Attack with all the meme names. Probably because copyright, sadly. And there's just a lot of, it's kind of like the operative where a lot of features are just about killing and doing cool stuff, but there's more focus on the cool stuff. I just really like them. I really like fucking with gravity, as it's always a plus for me. And graviton focused one is always the best for that. Does have a lot of CC and like ability to debuff enemies. Like one of their feats is Clinging Flare. Whenever you shoot somebody with your solar flare, it's a cycle feat, so swap your attunement and also just make the target immobilized until they escape. Like if you grappled them. It's just fun stuff like that. A lot of mobility, a lot of damage, a lot of CC. It's a really fun class. The second favorite behind, what's it called? Mystic. Making the escape is huge, yeah. And next up we have Soldier. Soldier is your Chonk Master Supreme. Soldier is a fun class. It's my third favorite. Soldier is all about, first of its features, suppressing fire. If you make an attack with a weapon that has the area trait, such as auto fire or area fire, you can suppress your targets. If they fail their save against your attack, because it's an area, if you make it, certain weapons have area or auto fire stuff. These create cones or lines or like blasts instead of just having a normal attack roll, so enemies have to make reflex saves to avoid them. And whenever someone fails their save against that, they are suppressed. Suppressed means that they have a minus 10-foot penalty to their speeds and a -1 to their attack rolls. Which is pretty big, because you just see areas of enemies. Your whole thing is that, hey, I make big boom, and I punish enemies who stick around grouping together. You make them move out of position, make them move out of advantage states in order to either get blasted by you and take chunks of damage and also get CC'd to fuck, or they rock into your operative's arms as they stab you to death. It's that type of class. You are a tank. You are a controller. It's one of my favorites. I like it a lot. They also have something called Primary Target. This one, like Primary Target, solves a lot of your issues. Because Area Fire and Auto Fire are 2-action abilities. And a lot of weapons with Area and Auto Fire have a thing called, what's it called? I don't remember the trait, but it's like you can't like blast it more than once per like turn, because it's a giant fuck off boom cannon. You can ignore that. And also, before you make an area or auto fire attack, you can single out a man. Unwieldy, thank you. You can single out a guy and designate them as your primary target. Usually it's the person who's closest to the center of a burst or blast type of thingy, or the closest to you in a cone when it comes to auto fire. And that creature is your primary target. You can make a ranged strike against them as a free action with the same weapon against a single creature in the area, who's your primary target. And on hit, when the primary target rolls a success on their auto fire or area fire, they get a failure instead. And the strike does not count towards your multiple attack penalty. So you immediately blast a person twice. You like blast some guy twice and just blast everyone else around them like just once. But again, like I said, if you have an operative who has the kill steal feat, you attack somebody twice, they can, as a reaction, shoot that man themselves. Which gives you a lot of damage in a single turn, and also really helps you out a lot, and I love it a lot. And then there's a bunch of subclasses. Like I said, one of my favorite ones is Action Hero. I'm glad they didn't change the name. This one's all about using area-fired automatic weapons. Not area-fired, auto-fired automatic weapons. And normally when you area fire with the auto fire with an automatic weapon, the cone is equal to half the range of the weapon. But for you, it's the full range. And whenever you use your auto fire stuff, you can choose anybody inside that cone to be your primary target. As well as anytime you shoot somebody without using area fire, they automatically become suppressed. Instead of them having to like pass the save and stuff like that, so you don't have to area fire against a single guy to get the suppressed on, you can just shoot them with your gun. And I just love how it's called action hero, because it talks about like, you believe that anything can be solved by shooting your way out. Somehow, your bravado and over-the-top actions have a way of working out for you, despite logic often suggesting otherwise. There's no problem that barrage of bullets or laser blasts can't fix. Some believe that they can outsmart me, but I've yet to meet a man who can outsmart a bullet. Here's the Heavy from Team Fortress. You're Arnold Schwarzenegger from any fucking movie. It's just perfect. They also have a melee-focused one if you want to be more of a melee-focused one. Like the Operative has one for that as well. And it has one of my favorite things ever because it turns your melee attacks into area attacks. It lets you spin your weapon around in a big-ass area and have it count as an area attack for your purposes of, like, what's it called? For the purposes of using your cool suppression abilities. Whirling swipe. Let's try spinning. That's a cool trick. Yeah, I love it. You spin your shit. Wow. Get that Pain Glaive, get that Plasma Doshko, and just start spinning. Funny, when I played the playtest last of Vask with a flamethrower, and I was able to make a flamethrower and not hit my teammates. Yeah! There's a lot of cool stuff with the soldier. The soldier's all about fucking with the enemy. It has a lot of control-based feats. In fact, it was friendly fire. Yeah. It has a lot of control-based feats and also feats about you not hurting your homies. There's an entire subclass about not hurting your homies. There's also a lot of intimidation stuff because the soldier is a chunky boy who is all about constitution. So it has like not a lot of strength. It might have a lot of charisma. But you don't care because you have girth. At third level, you can use your constitution in place of strength for any intimidation checks, or to like coerce people or demoralize, and any strength checks to do athletics or reposition or shove. You've got the girth. You don't need to be strong or charismatic. They're just afraid because you're just a giant 14-foot tall dude in giant heavy armor that they keep shooting at, but it doesn't hurt them at all. It keeps plinking off of them. Man, this soldier's your favorite? It's my favorite too, Bramble Bear. I love it so much. I just love the fact they use Constitution for a lot of their stuff as well. They also can use Constitution in place of Strength for like their armor proficiency stuff. So, like, you know, they have a Strength penalty or whatever. It's a Constitution penalty for you. Same with bulk. You don't carry the bulk with your strength. You carry it with your girth, your wideness. That 10-foot ladder is no longer a problem when you have a 10-foot shoulder span. You're just a big guy or gal, and I love them. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff about debuffing enemies or forcing them to move or just blasting people. It's a lot of stuff to do damage while also displacing your enemies. Hi, Starfinder player Corpal. Yeah, we're going over the soldier class now. Well, just like the basics of it. We've got a 10-foot pole. I said pole. Yeah. Also, if you probably couldn't tell, a lot of this stuff, the soldier stuff, is based off of goofy ass cool action movie stuff. As one of them is really called Action Hero. My favorite one, my favorite feats is I'll be back. And it's a free action once per day. If you're unconscious, you just kind of get back up. You just stand and interact to draw a weapon or grab an unintended weapon as a free action. There's so much stuff. I fucking love it. One of my favorite ones is Dance, if you have like the suppressing fire class feature. So it's not like you can't use it if you have like multi-class stuffs, really. You just start shooting at them with like an area or it's auto fire. Everyone inside the thing when they're suppressed also becomes off guard because you keep fucking shooting at their feet like in a fucking old style cartoon. It's just so much. It's just so goofy and fun. Death Blossom is really fun. They have one called Bullet Hell. Bullet Hell is another feat that I really love. If it's an automatic or area cone weapon, you just blast the fuck out of them. And for the start of the next turn, any creature that moves through the area takes like 1d4 damage of the same type per square traveled. Any bullet time feats? Not for the soldier. Trying again on a new server. In a playtest, I did a melee focused soldier. Adding the Mauler, two-handed weapon, archetype for PF2 was very nice. Yeah, it works very good with two-handed big weapons. Jealous waiting on my PDF. It's so good on tested gaming. It's so cool. Paizo is a nice, awesome company that gave it to me early so I can do stuff for you guys. But yeah, no, the soldier is a really fun class. I played one in a little like baby adventure. I forgot what it was called. I only remember the name of Cosmic Birthday. It wasn't that one. That Bramblebear DM GM'd for us. And I was just fucking blonk, 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 just shooting missiles everywhere all the time. It was just a really fun time. I'm so mad I can't find that one Ardo was talking about earlier. But most of their feats from the playtest didn't change at all because the class is already peak. They already fixed it during like a lot of the stuff. But I do like the fact that like they went from like what's Bullet Storm and Bullet Hell, fucking Bullet Typhoon. And you just make all of your area and auto fires a single action instead. That's pretty much it for the soldier. They are all about just making big areas that enemies don't want to be in, and then forcing themselves into places that force enemies to fuck up and leave and get stabbed by their homies. It's just a really fun time. You are all about control. Well, that's through giant missile launchers, flamethrowers, fully automatic, heavy machine guns. There's one weapon that's just a giant fucking arcing laser beam and like electricity blast. It's just a good time. And now we're going to move on to the Walking Paradox class. Witch Warper. Witch Warper, like I said, is a walking paradox. It's also the autism class, and no, I will not elaborate. I'm kidding, I'm going to elaborate. Witch Warper's whole special thing they do is called Quantum Field. Quantum Field lets them do a tear in reality. If you're played Bioshock Infinite, it's like what Elizabeth does. They just do that because they can. They just make a little spherical like circle around like an area they can designate, and they can sustain it to keep it going. I believe it's a 20-foot burst within 100 feet of you. So you can put it onto your allies to give them different buffs, because a lot of different feats for the Witch Warper change how their quantum field and stuff works. Whether that's creating an area that damages enemies that are standing inside of it because you opened up a portal thingy, a hole, to where this planet in this reality is covered in lava because fuck you. Or in this reality, this planet doesn't exist, so now you're in zero gravity inside my bubble. Or this reality, it's really nice, so I have it on my homies, so they're sped up and full of healing and stuff like that. It's a good time. Just make tears in reality, and you're like, yeah, it's just what I do. And you're like, what? You do it casually? That's just a thing you do. And you can automatically do it whenever you like roll initiative. You just make a hole in reality. Imagine being the guy who's like a space pirate who's like, yeah, give me all your money and I'll let y'all live. And then just fucking your Yapper pulls out a gun to fight them, and then the fucking Witch Warper just tears a hole in reality and sucks the guy out into space and just closes the reality open. You're like, what the fuck, Dave? You didn't have to do that. They also have two different thingies, like subclass type thingies, called your Paradox and your Anchor. Your Paradox determines what type of fucked up thing you are, whether it's time and space and stuff like that. Each one gives different spell casting stuff, give you focus points and focus spells, additional spells you learn, kind of like a wizard does. And also some skills based on your one. And you have your anchor. This is where the autism comes from. They don't talk about it here in this playtest, in this book, but they talk about it in the playtest where they're like, wow, you might notice the anchor seems kind of autism coded. You're right, it is. You're welcome. You don't have to be autistic, but like, it feels that way. And I love that as someone who's autism. As finally a class for me. I'm gonna go over where is it works kind of, it's a spell repertoire. Also, I forgot to say the Mystic is also a spell repertoire. There's no prepared caster in this fucking book. The prepared caster is the Technomancer, which is inside of the Tech Core playtest right now. Where is the subclasses at? I wanted to find them. Paradoxes, yes. Where is Precog, my baby? Precog, you're stuck in time. You might have come from the distant past or far-flung future. You just show up and you're like, oh fuck, I'm not supposed to be here. Nah, shit. Your skill training is piloting. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but I don't know why the hell it's piloting. I never fully understood why it's piloting, but it is piloting. Also, I forgot to mention, yeah, every subclass has a different way to change how your quantum field works. Just baseline. But yeah, no. Occult spellcaster tradition, fucking piloting is your paradox skill. I want to know why that's the one for the time one. I don't get it. But their quantum field gives them, like, making penalties to your enemies as you slow them down in time while giving a 5-foot status bonus to your speed of your allies because you speed them up in time. Because fuck you. Your quantum field is just help. I'm Professor Paradox from Ben 10. I know all that is because I went crazy until I was so bored of being crazy I became sane again. And that's just peak in my opinion. And then moving on to the anchors. I love the anchors so much. The anchors are just, hey, autism. Whether it's a tangible object or like a thing you repeat over and over again, like a fact you repeat over and over again, something you get to stim with, like a trinket, like an article of clothing, a fidget toy, something like that. These things are what keeps you anchored to this reality. Because remember, you're a paradox. You're not supposed to be here, but you are here. And how do you stay here? Keep your mind occupied by being autistic. Like, tangible object is literally like, you might have a gadget to fidget with, or like find a texture you find pleasing. That's me. I'm Fatism. Ah! Rude. But there's also like core memories you like to keep focusing on because it keeps you there, it keeps you sane. But that's boring. I'm Tism-tastic. Turbo-tistic. And like the tangible object is all about, yeah. Fuck. You get a special like anchor benefit and an anchor effect for each of your anchor thingies, whatever you pick. And these happen anytime you sustain your quantum field, which includes any abilities that let you anchor it, like with anchoring trait, like the debris zone you see on the right there. I like the Witch Warper too. I'm not normally a caster player, but both Witch Warper and Mystic kind of got me being like, ooh, maybe, you know, ooh, I might not stab a guy this time. I might cast something. But the tangible object one, you get a +1 bonus to perception checks and will saves against illusions and holograms. Because you're like the weight of your like weird thing you like to touch keeps you grounded in reality. And the anchoring effect lets you reduce your fright condition by 1. If you aren't frightened, you get a bonus to will saves against fear effects and a bonus to your will DC against attempt to demoralize you. Because you're like, you can't make me scared. I've got my fucking weird blanket I've had since I was born that I rub my fingers on. And other feats, there are spellcasters, so not all their feats are super impactful to like your stuff because that's what their spells are mainly for. But other feats are about their quantum field or like spell shapes and stuff like that. As you can see on the right, you got Anchoring Strike. Lets you just make a strike, and if you succeed, it gets the Anchoring trait, which means that you sustain your anchor thingy. Not your anchor, you sustain your quantum field automatically if you hit them. Or if you critically success on your hit, it gets the Anchoring trait, and also you can reroll damage dice if you like more damage. Like Debris Zone is another anchoring thingy that changes how your quantum field works. It makes your quantum field have difficult terrain. And an otherworldly spell, like I said, spell shapes. Whenever you cast a spell, it gives you the ability to cast that spell. Don't fucking know what you're casting because you pulled that spell from a different universe. It's like, yeah, it's Fireball, but it's like janky Splinknork Fireball. No one knows what a fucking Splinknork Fireball is. They just got hit by a Fireball. They're like, what? Did you literally pull that Fireball out of your ass? How did you do that? And stuff like that. Anything that involves fucky realities or fucky time stuff. Like one of my favorite ones, I believe this was from in the playtest still. Like Wishbone didn't get a lot of changes from the playtest that wasn't already addressed in the Rados and stuff like that. But like one of my favorite ones is In Another Life. In Another Life, it says you change out one ancestry feat from your ancestry to another one you don't already have. As you swap part of yourself with that from someone else. I don't know if I'd ever take it, but it's fucking cool that it exists. Just the thought of that being like, yeah, my heart I started having heart palpitations, so I swapped it with me from another universe that has a really good heart. So I have Die Hard for free. Thanks to my fucking human getting a free general feat. It's just fun stuff like that. And like later on, you can get more than one quantum field, and then you can have them overlap with a cool feat, which I really like. Like the overlapping one just lets you slurp them together. And like, I'm gonna like the different ones that can change how like they do stuff. Like Debris Zone, they all have zone in the name, like Twisted Dark Zone or Danger Zone, which I like Danger Zone a lot. I just like the fact that its name is Danger Zone. It just makes damage in the area. Like they just take damage, like I said, when you rip open a hole and now you're in Lava Town. But that's pretty much the entire thing with the Witch Warper. It's a full caster, full technical caster, same as the Mystic. Spontaneous caster as well. It exists as it's a caster mostly, so like you know what you're getting. But you like all the different ripping holes and stuff feats. There's also like another first level feat that I like called Soothing Anchor, which lets you like once every 10 minutes get temp HP equal to your Witch Warper level because you like touch your anchor and they do stuff with your anchor, or like repeat your mantra you use and stuff like that, which I think are fun. That's pretty much all the different classes, what they do. Again, like I said at the beginning of the stream, every single day for the next 6 days, except for Sunday. We're not doing Sunday. I have a fabulous Ultima stream that day. I'm going to be going over the classes more in depth and making a character for each class that I want to hopefully play in the future. So keep your eye for that. So it's going to start with Envoy tomorrow and then end on Wednesday, right before Gen Con, which is Thursday, with Witch Warper. And speaking of Gen Con, I will be, in fact, streaming on Saturday during Gen Con with an interview with Dustin Knight, otherwise known as Kitsune Warlock. He's in my chat sometimes. He is a developer of Starfinder 2e, and he made like the Mystic class and a bunch of the cool stuff. Like he did the Astro Zone, which I really, really love in the Galaxy Guide. Hey, look, he's right in chat right there. Hi. And we're going to be going over just interview stuff. I'm going to be setting up a thing tomorrow, and it's going to be going out through all until that Saturday of questions. And it's going to be like a whole Google Doc thingy of like, what questions would you want me to ask Dustin? I'll be having stuff on Twitter and Blue Sky as well. So if you don't get it through the Google Doc, you can come back here, go find it on there of what you want me to ask him, stuff you want to talk about. I might pick some questions there or there, or some that are in chat that day. And we'll also be doing some giveaway stuff to just people who are in chat, because I have a bot set up for that and everything like that. So stick around for that stream. periodically through that stream, we'll be giving out stuff to you guys that are like free, fun time stuff. Yeah, we can't answer any rule specific stuff. It's gonna be more like game designer focused, like what your thoughts went into making this feat type thingy, or like how did you come up with this thing? Like what made you pick to do this with this mystic, or like what was the process of you guys coming together to create this entire game in general, like that, stuff like that. Not real specific, but like designing of Starfinder. I think I'm gonna end up ending stream right now. Actually, no, I want to talk about something real quick. Starfinder 2 has 2 new skills. I forgot about those. I forgot to talk about that. 2 new skills for Starfinder. Piloting and computers. They do pretty much what you expect them to do. Computers is computer stuff. It's an intelligence-based skill. Lets you recall knowledge through computers or about different technologies, stuff like that. Lets you hack into stuff to disable devices with computers, stuff like that. Working on every class, or a bunch of skill feats, weapons, stuff like that. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. I just know that Mystic was his like baby, and we talked about it a lot. But yeah, no, and then piloting is, you guessed it, you pilot stuff, driving and navigating when it comes to, I love the stunts you can do with the piloting stuff. I can finally be proficient with computer. Oh, nice. What time? It's all going to be at, I believe, 6 p.m. EST for all the rest of my streams, like normal. So every stream from tomorrow until like Saturday and stuff like that is going to be 6 p.m. EST. We get good hacking rules. It has stuff for hacking in the game, in the book and stuff like that. Yeah. Did you know that 4 years SpongeBob is 30 years old? Oh no. I feel old now. Because in 3 years, I'll be 30. I'm dying. But yeah, no, my favorite pilot action is literally called Run Over. You use 3 action ability to hit them with your car. I feel like that, I felt like that should be noted. That should be like said, because that's goofy as shit. Is that good space combat rules though? What do you mean by that? Like, there's rules for fighting in zero gravity. There's not rules for starship combat yet. This is gonna be a later book. You do page space requirements. So like that. There's a narrative focused like stuff that's gonna be happening in, I believe, GM Core. But yeah, no, I like the fact that I can just run somebody with a car, and like that's just part of the game. I don't know if I ever end up doing it ever, but like I just want to slam a car into a person and be like, all right, guys, my turn is here. I'm going to kill this pedestrian. I can watch Eric Kelly. No, I did too. We're all gross and old together. Yippee. And I know you want me to talk about spells, but like I've been here for 3.5 hours and my throat's starting to hurt and I haven't eaten my burger yet. It's still been sitting here. It's been cold for 3 hours and I got too artistically focused on Starfinder. The burger is cold. Why do you want to cold a burger? Can you check open the rooms over dear people? Yes. You can, in fact. Delta room. Need that burger? No, I don't want to get up. I'm lazy. It's late in the night. I don't want to move. Are you kidding me? HBT just updated Battle for Nova Rush on the playtest. Ooh! But fine. You pulled. You made me do it. I'll talk about spells. I'm only talk about a couple of them. I've been singing the praises of what's it called? I've been singing the praises of Motivating Ringtone. It's my favorite. It's just peak in general. But there are a couple of spells I want to talk about, namely the fact that you know a game is going to be good if the spell description starts with the sentence, "You magically split an atom." It's just the most peak thing ever. You just magically nuke a man. Range of 500 feet. I believe it's range of 500 feet, 100-foot burst. You point at some guy and you're like, hey, 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 and just annihilate them entirely. What page is it on? It's on 300 something. Where are you? Oh, I gotta find it. ATT. Atomic Blast. There it is. 316. Yeah, 500 feet, 100-foot burst. The duration is 1 minute. It's a 3-action spell that's just like, hey, everybody, explode. Magic split an atom, creating an explosion with radioactive fallout. All targets here take 5d12 bludgeoning damage, 5d12 fire damage, and are exposed to extreme radiation that uses your spellcasting DC as a fortitude save. As fortitude DC for the radiation sickness incurred by exposing to radiation. It remains active for 10 minutes. Where is it? There it is. On a successful save, they take half damage as normal and are dazzled for 1 minute. For success, they take nothing and are unaffected. Failure, they take full damage and are blinded for 1 minute. And then crit failure is same as failure, so they're blinded for 1 minute, take double damage, and also have to deal with radiation. It's just like, you nuke a man. What do you want from me? You nuke somebody, you blind them, and now they're full of radiation. And the reason why you might be noticing the damage isn't a whole lot, it's only 10d12 damage total, it's because radiation hurts. Radiation is a new, fun, damaging thing. It's called an affliction, where it's not fun to be in. Also, it's not in this book, though, so fuck you. It's in the playtest, though. It's somewhere in the playtest. I gotta drag it back out. I don't know if they changed it or not. But yeah, no, you just take, it's a sickness type thing, and you just take a lot of damage over time. And like there's like different levels of radiation, and the final one will just kill you. The final version of radiation in a playtest, I'm gonna try to find it again, will just kill you. Again, it's not in this book, it's in GM Core, which doesn't exist yet. But I'm gonna try to pull it out from the playtest copy. Wherever it is, tabletop stuff. Starfinder playtest. Find radiation. Hey, always saying what's good. Radiation sickness. Sickness. There it is. Radiation sickness. Again, I don't know if it's changed at all. This is from the playtest. This is not from the official release. I don't know what it's from. But yeah, you get the extreme radiation sickness one whenever you fail, to save on the nuke one. It's immediate. Stage 1, 3d8 poison damage, you're sickened for 1 hour. Stage 2, 48 poison, and you're sickened 2. And stage 3, 5d8 poison, sickened 3. And stage 4, you die. Would you let me cast Nuke Point Blank again at the level 1 goblin? No, I'm goblin. Yeah, no. Look at the fucking jump from extreme 3d8, 48, 5d8, you know, and then death to incredible. 10d6, 11d6, 12d6, death. Rage sickness hurts, dude. Do not, don't nuke the goblin. I'll cry a little. Level 1 goblin, and he laughed at me when I invested in the reflect nuke reaction. It's the parry the nuke thing. I do also love when a disease just ends in die. Terra Ray's love is intense. I agree. I just wanted to hug Sun Mom and not Where's the other one? Where's Carson? Carson? How do I fucking? I don't know how to say it. It's become crab. carcinization. This was also in the playtest, but I just love it in general. It's a fortitude save, or you become a crab. That's it. You get some murdering. You get some like big claw damage. You become a crab. You just become Leonardo da Vinci. Oh, I got hiccups. Do they add a radiation ray? I don't believe so. R. No. Miku Beam instant stage variation. I want them to bring back the hologram ancestor. I want to play as the hologram and be Miku again. God, I listen to that song so much while writing spells, as you should. How else are you gonna make amazing spells? Yeah, there are also a lot of repeat spells from Pathfinder 2e that are thematically like fitting for what's it called, for Starfinder. Like it's generic stuff like, you know, wood, like move around wood and move around stone, or like heal and harm and stuff like that, and sleep. Who doesn't like sleep? But then you've got stuff like Slice Reality or Singularity Seed, which are really cool. I want to see if I can pull them up. Because I know Sliced Reality was from, I think it was in the playtest. I don't remember what Singularity Seed was. Because that's cool art in this book. I think it was also in the playtest, actually. But yeah, most of the spells didn't really change from the playtest, at least like what they are. But they have changed like some stuff what they do over here and there. Scientist terrified. Who the fuck gave Miku the nuclear particle accelerator? Oh yeah, dude, being able to cast sleep on yourself every night sounds like it'd be fire. I'm trying to remember which spells are like new from the playtest, because like all the cool ones, I'm like, yeah, wow. Wait, no, that was already a thing. Shit, like we know. I already did. I said there's no radiation ray. This game of D100 based. No, it's T20. Of course, you didn't hear it. You're too busy thinking about radiation ray to hear the truth. That nobody but you wants it. I'm screwing through the spells now trying to find one. I'm like, what is this in the thing? I don't remember if this is in the playtest. Fuck. I know this was definitely in the playtest, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. I love Glow Up. I know there's art for Glow Up. Where is it? Ooh, there it is. You never got what Glow Up does. It gives him a glow up. Oh, no, I'm gonna sneeze again. No, never mind. I held it in. Blech. Yeah, glow up is a really fun spell. That's not glow up. Yeah, there it is. 2 action, first level spell. You make somebody swagalicious. They get a plus bonus to diplomacy checks to make an impression, unless the target adds level to diplomacy checks if untrained. In addition, the target can only attempt a diplomacy check to gather information in only 10 minutes. You can dismiss this spell. The bonus increases as you like heighten it, but like I just really like it, like, you know. I just like the thematically you pointing to some guy and it's like, look how cool he is. And it just makes whoever they're talking to make them be like, wow, that guy's awesome, actually. That guy's sick. The fireball? I believe so. You can't not. I can remember where A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. F is before G. F is before G. I was looking through glow up again. Yeah, that's fireball. And while I'm here, I might as well talk about some of the weapons. To find the weapon page again. I just want to show everything because I want to go more in depth about the weapon stuffs later in like a video or another stream. We have like more art for like all the weapons and armor and stuff like that, and I love it. Hi, that's me, Paizo's favorite goblin. Thank you so much, Calliope, for the raid. Owie. For those new here, I'm Phoebe Payne, Goblin Mechas VTuber extraordinaire. I know we talk about tabletop games and stuff like that. And today we're talking about Starfinder 2E, which officially releases in a week, but I got a little special sneak peek at you guys. Let you guys all see it later. Thank you so much, the Mangle and Shadowspire for the owl for the sub, and thank you, Reaper, for the biddies. Not the sub, I mean the follow, sorry. Let's go sneak peek. Yeah, it's a little sneaky peeky. We've talked about some of the spells, like Atomic Blast, and like, oh god, what was it called? Like Glow Up. There'll be some Singularity Seed and some Slice Reality. Also love Motivating Ringtone. We're about to go and look at some like equipment real quick. I'm not going to go over all of it because I want to let people like, I'm going to do a video on it later, but also I want people to buy the book. But there's a lot of cool weapons, anything you can think of. Rude. From like cryo pistols to sonic boom blasting guns to a violin / other stringed instrument that shoots electricity in a giant line. I love that one the most. It's my favorite weapon. To my absolute favorite weapon, I lied out. It's my second favorite. My favorite weapon, the Card Slinger. Card Slinger is, as you guessed it, a gun that shoots cards. It's your favorite too? It should be. We're both huge fucking nerds. It's an advanced range weapon. Where is it? It's a favorite gun. Yeah, it shoots cards. It has my favorite trait of anything ever. And it's called the Professional trait. What Professional lets you do is, instead of using your weapons or proficiency, so like if you're only trained in like, it's an advanced weapon, so if you're only like trained in like simple weapons, and that's it, you can instead change your proficiency with the Card Slinger equals your proficiency in Deception because it's a card gun. And it's made of, it does card things. $267. And it is the most gooberific gun because you'll never guess how the cards go deep, okay? The card stuff goes deep. Go Card Slinger. The price is 26 what's it called? Credits. In the original playtest, it was 52. As you can guess, cards, it's like 2 cards is equal to 1 credit. The price is equal to half a deck of cards. The magazine size, 7 projectiles, of which most card games that are stuff like poker have a like a hand size of 7 cards. and then professional deception. Because the best thing to do in card games usually is to be very good with your poker face. So as long as you're good in deception, you are amazing at using this gun. This gun is just fucking, we love cards. I just love it. It's just goofy. 1d4 damage, range 30 feet. Agile, so it has less multiple attack penalty. Concealable, so it's easier to hide on you. Deadly D8, which means when you crit, you do an additional D8 of damage. And tech, because it's a tech weapon, so it can be affected by glitching. People believe in the heart of the cards. Yeah, it's just such a it's just a perfect game. It's the perfect weapon. It's the perfect game. I need to make an operative who's just a gambler background card shark type deal. God, it's gonna be so peak. But I love this game. I love it so much. After reading through all of it, you gotta pick this up. You just gotta buy this book. And one last thing I want to talk about, speaking of buying the book. For Starfinder 2e and the next couple of Pathfinder 2e books, like the releases, there's some things you gotta know. Diamond Comics, the distributor for Paizo's physical books, as well as like Korean Ronin, Roll for Combat, and a bunch of other people who do comics and books, went bankrupt. And while going bankrupt, they decided to pretty much hold the inventory of every person hostage. And are trying to sell everyone else's inventory to pay off their debts, which is technically legal. So if you pre-ordered the book through something like Amazon or Barnes & Noble, you have a high chance of never receiving that book. The only way to guarantee you receive that book is through buying from Paizo directly on their crusty-ass website. And I'm sorry. But they're going to do a new website soon, and it's going to be better. It's going from like a 90s website to a 2010s website, so it's like a good moderate like increase in usability. But like, just be wary of trying to purchase books through... I know it works especially awful for like foreigners who rely on Amazon to not deal with horrible shipping prices from overseas, international stuff. It might not be on Amazon, sadly. You'd have to go either ask your LGS to stock from Paizo directly and or go to Paizo's website itself and try to get a book from there. And Paizo is going to be having a thing, I believe, starting soon. They're going to be start doing a program that to allow like more game stores to buy from Paizo directly and do stuff like that to avoid the middleman of this ever happening and stuff like that. Like a priority type deal. Yeah, that's the thing. Like it sucks for a lot of international people that don't live in the US because not only is it like harder to ship to other countries, stuff like that, international shipping is getting dumb in a lot of places. Like people who have to buy physical books from like Australia, the books cost less than the shipping, and the books are already like $65. But it's okay because Paizo also sells PDF copies of their books at their website as well. And if push comes to shove and Paizo's website just does not work for you for whatever reason, you could also buy the books in like a D&D Beyond like form through Demiplane. The distribution channel should be coming together within like the next 4 to 6 months, but again, it fucks with the entirety of Starfinder 2e's like Starfinder 2e's what's it called? Like release for the most part. And it's all fucked up. So if you still want to support the devs and still can't buy a physical book, if you can afford to buy a PDF copy, I still would. It still helps them out and everything like that. And it should be coming to Archetypes of Deathless at some point. I don't know when, because Archetypes of Deathless is always usually behind and stuff because there's just so much stuff coming out, especially now that there's 2 systems coming out now. So I don't know if that's going to get better or worse for them. So it might be behind for a couple of months. Who knows? It's going to be all on Foundry because the Foundry people are cracked. And there's like a bajillion fucking volunteers for that. And PDFs do go live on the 31st. Like exact the day of release, it should be going live. Just be careful because the servers might be all wonky because of that. You can still always pre-order it now through their website and hopefully get it through then afterwards. I'm getting mine when it comes to PDF2, yeah. I'll buy the PDF when I need it. I'll just print it. I've done it before, obviously, first use. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think we've all been there. Been like, man, I like because the PDFs are like $20 compared to like $60. So it's, if you're baller on a budget like me, I used to be a baller on a budget. But sometimes now I just get PDFs from Pies because they're nice to me, and I want to thank them again for letting me see this book early and letting me get to you guys and show to all of you. And remember, the next couple of days, like the next 6 days, not counting Sunday because Sunday's evil, I will be doing more in-depth class, like looks at the classes and building a character with you all for each class, for ones I want to play. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like Australia sucks for that because it's like the shipping is more than the book price half the time. But I do want to thank you all for watching and hanging out with me. I'm gonna probably end stream now before my throat goes out and I die. I just gotta find which of my homies are still alive. I was gonna raid into Callie, but heckin' someone wanted to look at spells. So I gotta find all my homies. Is anyone playing Pathfinder right now? I believe there is. Where is? There they are. At least I had a production. Copy that shit. All right. Oh, my caps lock is on. I'm gonna put the raid message in chat. I just want to wish you all a wonderful night. Thanks, Paizo, again for letting me see this book early and show it to you all. And I will see you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST. Very much will be Get Bited Stinkies. I'll put in chat for you so you can copy and paste. Take care. Thanks, James. Thank you for stopping by. That's not the right one. There you go. Really gotta get one last fireball in. I'm so excited for Starfinder 2. One last fish in before the night ends. Y'all take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.